I still couldn't find it. I
There you
don't
go.
know
He's
where the
found
fuck I couldn't find it last night. It was pissing me off. So I ended up using StreamYard because I didn't know where it was at.
it. Hey,
Hold on.
everybody.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna do that real quick. Don't say anything.
Good morning. A little late, but morning. we were actually early, but I couldn't figure out how to go live. So
He had a Murray moment.
yep. And I have more and more of those every day.
Yeah, instead of calling them Murray moments now, we'll just call them MMs. Hey, Frank. Here's Giggles. Hey, Brenda. Morning, East Ghost. Morning, Skyfly.
Hold on, I gotta pull up YouTube. Yeah, and there your live stream that you scheduled yesterday is still on your channel.
What's it? Yeah, don't
It's
worry
still,
about that.
yeah, it's still showing that it's scheduled for 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
8.
yesterday. He
He
doesn't know
just
how
has
to
to
do
go.
that.
He just has to go in his studio and delete it. Otherwise, it's just gonna
Hello.
sit there. Let's see, we
Right.
got
To protect
Jody,
Paul's
TJ,
channel,
Brenda.
I am not going to mention the names of a channel that's doing it, but things on YouTube are about to hit the fan. Because,
Over. Why did you wait till we went live to tell us this?
because it's going to affect everybody. It's affecting mainly going to affect those reaction videos.
Ah, I
Yeah.
don't do those.
A now famous YouTube channel is buying up content that has been highly reacted to over the years
Just so they can
and
monetize it.
hitting people with copyright. Oh, Justin, what have you done? Yellow?
Hello, have you still got my Epic on your PC?
I have, yeah.
Just quickly update the Fortnite on it.
Why?
Nelson's just messaged me.
Yeah.
Before 10 o'clock his time,
Yeah.
you get like 1,000 free V-Bucks.
Do you? um, yep.
Swivel.
He can hear you.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
Not watching it.
How far behind are you?
Well, on it,
Yeah.
it was halfway.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
she was freaking
I'll
out.
speak to you in a bit.
Tell him I'm not speaking to him ever again. I'm not watching on the new season anyway because I don't want to see it.
Okay, right. Well, I'll speak to you in a bit.
That was funny as
Bye.
shit. She was freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, update it." Uh, she just messaged me, prick.
PJ's gonna pass out.
See, I had to say PC only. That way she would, because otherwise she would have logged into whatever device she was on trying to get it.
Pretty good.
But that was the point. You can't log into
Yeah.
any device because then it's not updated.
That was funny.
But I purposely said the PC because I knew she wasn't home, so she would.
Hey, David, you're gonna have to make sure you tell Laura how much TJ loved that.
That was funny. That was pretty good. Oh goodness. Oh wow.
And who said you can't do
Good
it?
job, Laura. Good job. I have to give you many props on that one. Good job. Good
I
job.
just heard that was funny though, hearing her on the phone. He said you get 1,000 free V-Bucks.
Oh goodness. Mm.
You're gonna have to
Oh,
take the full- you're gonna have to take the full blame on this one, Justin. I had nothing to do with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he didn't plant that seed a minute ago.
There's no video evidence to say it I did.
Wait, so what did Laura say? She got what now?
Okay, so what happened was I messaged Laura before we went live. David was like, "Oh, I'll message Laura and tell her you get free V-Bucks or something if you log in right now because their internet shit."
Free, like V-Bucks?
So what I did was I messaged Laura and I said, if you log into PC players, if they log in by 10 a.m. my time, you get 1,000 free V-Bucks. So she calls David and is like, "Can you log into the computer and update it quick?"
What are V-Bucks? What's that?
They're in-game
In-game
currency.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what we buy the skins with and stuff. You buy V-Bucks and then you can use them in the game to buy stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
And every once in a while, Fortnite will give out some free V-Bucks for certain things.
Oh.
Like sometimes they might give like 600 free V-Bucks to everybody and say, "Thanks for all your hard work and playing the game." Or something like that. And they'll put a little message on it.
Oh, gotcha.
But
What
yeah,
time did you and Mars wrap up last night? That was pretty intense last night.
it was like 12 o'clock or something.
Oh wow.
Morning, Michael.
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
Michael.
pretty deep last night.
Afternoon.
He was getting heated.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go back and watch that, you're more than welcome to.
That's why we always stay away from politics.
I don't know how it got started in the first place. Maybe it like let it.
Well,
maybe
because
it-
I brought it up because I wanted to talk about it.
DJ,
Uh-oh.
this is how it
Wasn't-
this is how it works, right? You've been on this channel often enough now to know how we work. We'll come
Yeah.
in, we will light the blue touch paper of the firework by saying something stupid or saying something. You light it and then you sit back and watch it go off.
Yeah, yeah,
Like a firecracker.
yeah,
You do-
pretty much.
You do it quite often. Are you drinking there, TJ?
Like,
Coffee.
like
Yeah,
I wait until
coffee.
there's like 2 or 3 Australians on the panel, right? And I know they're all from different areas, TJ. And
What's
I'm
up,
like,
Michael?
well, what's the best part of Australia? And then you just sit back and let them argue.
Yeah.
It was the first form of entertainment on the internet for the British because America got the chat rooms first. So when we finally got the Yahoo chat rooms, we'd go in and it was full of the Americans. Yeah. And we'd just go in and go, "America sucks." And that was it. The whole room would just go absolutely crazy. And then you
I
just
remember
type in the
chat rooms.
Yeah. Then you just type in the chat, press Alt F5, and suddenly the whole room would just empty because everybody pressed Alt F5.
Yeah, I remember chat rooms back in the day.
Oh yeah, yep.
They don't have them anymore. It used to be fun.
I'm sure there's still some out there, but
I've searched for them. There's a lot of dodgy ones, but
I just remember back in the day, ASL, age,
Hi,
sex,
Joe.
location.
Oh, that used to be AOL's fucking nightmare. See, that's how me and Laura got together.
I was always a 22-year-old male from New York. I
Yeah, I
was
used to
like
log into
15.
AOL, right? AOL used to be the same every day. You'd listen to like 30 minutes of screeching while it connected to the internet. It'd go, "Welcome to AOL. You've got mail. Goodbye."
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, I
it-
remember that.
For some
I
reason,
remember
it just
that.
cut out, and then you have to reload it. And then once you've reloaded it, yeah, you just get loads of random people going, "Hi, XX location."
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was a
back in the day.
Thursday afternoon when Laura messaged me, put, "Hi, ASL." And I put, "Bye, fuck off."
You put minimum of 18 in the back of my car.
Right? No, I just put, "Bye, fuck off." Right?
Did Laura think you did like sign language for some reason or something?
No, it's chat, TJ. Chat.
You don't remember? You didn't go into chat rooms back in like the late 90s?
ASL.
I think so, a little bit, yeah.
Did you ever use AOL?
There was no video back then.
I
TJ.
still have AOL.
No, the old AOL
Well-
where you had to sign into AOL itself.
I still
Yeah.
have AOL.
Well,
So
there
do
was
I.
there was webcams back then, but it was like 1 frame a second, so
You
you
have
would
to sign
jump.
in and out. Yep.
Yeah.
Remember, you would do
Sign in
shit
and
like
get that message. "Welcome to AOL. You've got mail."
yeah, but there was
Goodbye.
webcams back then, but they were horrible.
Then were the days when MSN came out and you'd go, "Send me a picture." And you'd sit there for ages and you'd just be going down line by line by line. And just as it got to the eyes, they'd go, "I've got to go now." "No!" Gone.
That's almost like that episode of The Big Bang Theory where Leonard and his girlfriend were video chatting or whatever.
Yes.
And and she started to take her clothes off and it froze like in mid taking off or whatever, and Leonard's like getting all angry, like no, like he's pushing all the buttons and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
that
goes,
was
"Oh, already?" And he goes, "No."
Yeah.
that was
"Oh,
Yeah.
Leonard, already?"
Priya
Yeah.
Raj's sister in India.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy nowadays. You could like somebody could send you a 5-minute video and you can just download it in like 10
In
seconds.
seconds.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And before, like just to download a picture would take an hour. It was like super annoying when you think about it.
Yeah. So Laura messaged me with ASX location. I put, "Bye, fuck off." A couple of days later, I saw her name pop up again. I thought, I'll apologise to her because he said she was new to Blackpool and she's looking for friends. So I apologised. She told me to fuck off. And then a
I
couple of
hated,
days
like-
later,
And she's been telling you to fuck off ever since. Yeah.
no, then a couple of days later, I was going to go and commit suicide and she fell off a wall. And I picked her up, we got talking, we realised who each other was, and yeah, she's never
I got
left
a
me
story
ever
about
since.
like how you and Laura met.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Y'all ran into each other though after you met on the internet. That's like the chances of that actually happening.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was like that.
It-
It was like that. Well, it was like that couple that went viral like 10, 15 years ago, right? They got married and they were going through their old family photos and they found a
The other
family
day,
photo from Disneyland, and her parents and her as a baby were in the back of the photo when they took the photo of their family at
Yeah.
Disney. Yeah, and they didn't never realized it. Like her parents and her as a baby were in the photo of her in the stroller behind her parents walking by. I was like, that's crazy as shit.
well, we've got a big story that's just coming
I
out
remember that.
of a guy. He sent off, you know, them DNA kits.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
sent
yeah,
it
yeah,
off, and it came back, and everything was correct apart from one girl, his sister, who was called in the where they've changed the names. It was Claire, and his sister was called Jessica. So he contacted the person it was claiming to be his sister, and she said she had the same incident. She sent off her DNA, and all the family came back wrong. Yeah, and she was in the middle of this family she didn't even know on this tree, and it turned out the babies had been swapped at birth. 55 years ago.
Dude, those DNA companies, dude, people have been finding all kinds of crazy shit. Like, there's been people that have found like sperm donors. There's people that have found murderers. Like literally, that's how our sheriff about a year ago caught that one murderer, and they solved a murder that was like 40-year-old cold case. It was like a 50-year-old cold case from like the 60s or something. Was because they sent off. They reopened the case, and the detectives sent the DNA off to a university, and the university took the DNA and sent it off to all those DNA companies that people have been sending their DNA in for family trees and shit. And they figured out the guy that they figured out who the murderer was. His son sent his DNA off to do a family tree, and they were able to match it. And they figured out it was actually the dad of that guy that sent off his DNA. And it's been catching all kinds of people.
Why I won't send mine off.
They had a TV program on over here about people finding their sperm
what the
donor
hell's going on
dads.
behind you, Paul?
Yeah, because people
on the TV. It looks like it's snowing.
Yeah,
because
when
people
when they go on and check the families, and they suddenly find out that they've actually got 100 half brothers and sisters, and they go, "What?"
Well, and
and
that's
it turns
because
out that they were the dad was a sperm donor.
right, and that's the thing is like the sperm donor itself, one of their family members could send the DNA off doing a family tree and not realize it.
Yeah.
Or the sperm donor themselves could do it and never think about it, and then all of a sudden, because those companies don't, that shit's not private, and that's why law enforcement has used it as like a loophole to find people, because they can send the DNA off as a regular customer.
Yeah.
And then the company will send a report back and say, "Oh yeah, you're related to this person." And then they're like, "Oh shit, then that's who our killer was." And then they're able to track down and figure out who the fucking killer was. Like, yeah, law enforcement's been using them like crazy over here.
Sows his seeds, yeah. I'd send mine off, right? And it'd come back and say, "You ain't got a family tree, you've got a fucking forest." Because the last we knew, he had 28 kids to 22 different girls.
Like, if
that was 8 years ago.
Like, if you committed a murder like 20, 30 years ago and you're still alive, I would be definitely worried if they never caught you. That at some point that could be a thing, that one of your grandkids or one of your, cousins could send off their DNA. Anybody in your family could do it without you realizing it. And then all of a sudden you're getting a knock on your door saying, we traced it back to you. We know you were in the area at the time.
It's a new meaning to that advert. Someone's knocking at your door.
Yeah.
Someone's found your DNA.
Well, they found out that a lot of these sperm donor dads were students back in the day, and they were just selling the sperm to get extra money because they were students.
Yeah, no, they wanted K1 bandwidth in their apartment.
That doesn't surprise me.
Did anybody get that?
No.
Mark?
Yeah, they want a better internet.
They wanted K broadband in their apartment.
Mm.
Where's it from? DJ?
Huh? What?
The first ever episode of Big Bang Theory. They go to the sperm bank.
Never watched Big Bang.
I don't think
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen the first
ever
episode.
They go to the sperm bank, yeah, and they can't go through with it because he goes in. He goes, "Is this the high IQ sperm bank?" And she goes, "If you need to ask, maybe you shouldn't be here."
Yeah.
He leans over and he completes a crossword for her, and she gives him the form. She goes, "You fill in the forms. I'll just sit here and fill in my crossword." She goes, "Oh look, I've done it."
I don't think I ever saw that episode. I don't think I saw that one.
Won't be a minute. Phone.
Yeah, it's because some people like when they go to get sperm at these sperm banks, they think that because somebody's a genius, that somehow that's going to affect their
Yeah.
child being born. But that's the thing, dude. You can have a family full of morons and one of them be a complete genius, and there's no
Yeah.
logical reasoning behind it. It
Well,
just
there
happens.
is. Somebody was greedy with the brain cells. I'm taking them all.
Well, I mean, it's
Hey,
like the show Young Sheldon is a perfect example. Like nobody in that family was intelligent. They were just all average, but he happened to be super intelligent. And that's how it happens a lot of times. It's not just because everybody in the family's intelligent.
Yeah. You
Like
know what would be
intelligence
good?
isn't passed down by necessarily genes from what they've been able to.
See, this is the spin-off they could do with Big Bang Theory. They could do it on his sister, you know, how she's dumb as shit. And then one day she just has an accident and suddenly she's so fucking intelligent she actually wipes the floor with Sheldon.
But like I said, people will have that criteria when they go into those type of places. You know, they want, oh, I want somebody who's tall, handsome, and intelligent. Well, that don't mean your kid's going to be tall, handsome, and intelligent.
David, have you ever seen the second Ted movie where they're in the sperm bank and like he goes and throws it to him, and then there's that rack. It's got like everybody's whatever on it, and it falls on them. You ever seen that?
No.
Oh my god, that shit is hilarious. See if I could hold on.
Yeah, there's an episode of Only Fools and Horses where this German girl's got a baby and she doesn't want it. So oh, what's I forgot his name is now? Del Boy tries to help her out by arranging the adoption, and boy Marlene wants it, and Marlene's going great, and then finally they both agree to adopt the baby, and then when they get to the hospital, the baby's black, and he goes, "Listen, I can convince the neighbours that you conceived and had a baby within a week, but I can't explain the skin color."
Mm.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And then Delboy goes, "Hi, she's been with many people."
Mm.
Completely,
Gold are playing Only Fools and Horses all day Saturday and all day Sunday at the moment.
Here we go.
They get ready for the Christmas episodes.
Oh, they've been doing it for ages. Every
TJ,
Game. You're not ready for it.
Be
TJ,
right back.
copyright.
Oh, I see it.
Put
Huh? You want to see
TJ.
it?
put it off.
Oh, is it? Can I not? Is it copy?
Copyright.
Get
is
It's 10-2, copyright. Turn it off.
Mm.
I didn't know.
When it comes to proper movies, stuff like that, you probably get away with 30 seconds with no sound.
No.
The moment you play the sound, they've got you.
So we could do anything else except for like movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
uh,
Things like that will be heavily copyrighted. Look, me and Paul caught out the other year, last year, weren't it? When we were talking
the football.
about rugby.
Yeah.
About rugby.
Yeah.
You played
Well,
that American
See,
football.
I played the hacker
Australia.
on Paul's channel, and Paul got hit. Yeah.
Oh,
Paul was only watching rugby and had sound in the background, and you couldn't see it, and they got it.
oh, that's interesting.
It's like
Yeah, you got to be very careful. When in doubt, ask.
Yes.
This is the photo I was talking about, TJ. So this was the girl, right? And her family.
Yeah.
I had it backwards, but this is the girl and the family. And in the back, after they got married 15 years after this photo, they were looking through their family photos and saw him and his parents in the background.
Oh.
So they happen to be at Disney World at the same exact time.
Going
Oh,
back
that's
to the
crazy.
internet, Skyfly said he was lucky to get 33 kps. Yeah, I know them days.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to download a song on Napster 4 weeks later.
hmm
4 weeks later, and it's got all them interruptions in it. What? Where you fucked up the download.
The one that was really bad was LimeWire. Man, that thing would fuck your computer up.
Oh
so
yeah,
bad.
LimeWire, yeah.
LimeWire was great if you had
It was.
internet security because it would pick up the viruses. But
I got all my Harry Potter audio books off LimeWire.
yeah,
Yeah,
Napster-
LimeWire, you didn't know who you were downloading it from, though, because they were
Yeah,
just
same as
submitted
Napster.
files by random people. But they
Napster
weren't
and
filtered
Internet
at all.
was the same.
Yeah, but they weren't. LimeWire was worse, though. Like they weren't filtered at all, and I
They're
saw
all the
so many
same.
people's.
The peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Peter-
know, but what I'm saying is LimeWire was worse on computers. I've seen a lot of people fuck their computers up back in the day
Because
by
LimeWire was
downloading
more
off
popular.
LimeWire.
Mm.
LimeWire was the most popular one.
I wrote a lot of DVD movies on using LimeWire. Well, downloaded them on LimeWire and then used DVD writing software to do it.
Don't do that no more.
Nope.
I have other sources.
Yeah. Yeah, well, people just make digital downloads and then download them on hard drives and shit now.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's
Nah,
how.
I just stick with
If
like
I want a movie, I have other sources. Tomato sauce, brown sauce,
Yeah.
mayonnaise. You ain't getting me there, internet.
Like Jim from Above and Beyond Drones had a 16 terabyte Western Digital hard drive,
Rolling
one of the
again.
big stand-up tower ones, and it was full of movies, like completely full, all the way to like there was no space left on it. And his granddaughter walked by his desk and knocked it off and fucked the whole hard drive up. Oh, he was mad as hell. He wasn't mad. He was mad. He wasn't mad at his granddaughter because it was an accident. He was just mad because he lost all those movies and everything. Because it fucking cracked the disc inside of it.
Yeah, I used to hate that when you change your computer on, you'd hear the hard drive going. Crap! I've been waiting to watch Gremlins 2 and I've been downloading it for 6 years.
Gremlins 2.
Sometimes you can say something funny and it goes straight over his head. Other times you just say Gremlins 2 and he's gone.
Mm.
That was pretty good. That was funny.
My download's been super slow today.
Food. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Laura's download was really slow, but she's using a very slow internet. Come on, Paul, you're not turning your chair far enough around.
Taking about 30 minutes to download 80 gigs. That's pretty slow. Usually it wouldn't take more than 15 minutes.
Mm.
Like 15, 20 minutes at the most. Might be because
What's up,
I'm
Don?
on a live stream too. Might be the reason why it's a little slow.
Hey,
Good morning,
Donald.
Donald.
What's up, Donald?
I want to shout at you.
Wonder how Matt's wedding went last night that he went to.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Matt, he's up in Adelaide.
Oh,
He had a friend's wedding to go to. He said it was an ex-girlfriend of his from back in the day. I guess he's friends with him now. I said, yeah, you're going to get there and find out you got some daughter or something. Because it was his friend, his ex-girlfriend's daughter, I think, that was getting married, from what he said. So you're gonna get there, and she's gonna be like, "Papa, Papa, where you
Yeah.
been, Papa?"
Yeah, they only want you there to walk her down the aisle. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know I'm your dad? I've got a tiny channel just like you.
YouTube told me.
YouTube told me. That's funny.
I did a DNA test and it came back tiny channel.
Mm. Well, it looks like China has started to fight back.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, Skydio, although a lot of their stuff that they use to make their drones is from America, the batteries come from China, and China are now not sending them any batteries.
They'll get them from
Well,
somebody else.
The thing is, the technology to make batteries is already in the US.
Now, Skydio have already announced that they're going to limit people to one battery per drone when they sell them now.
Yes, but that's fine for now. But the technology and the equipment and the materials are already in the US. The US will be able to start making them themselves very, very soon. Right? So as much as China may think they've hit back and got one over on America, America's just going to go, let's make our own. Shut up.
Nobody
Oh,
in this
no, either.
nobody in this
No,
country
'cause-
flies a Skydio anyway.
Well,
Well,
yes, they do. There are a
No,
lot
they're
of
not in this country. They don't.
There's
yes,
a lot
they
of
do.
companies
There are
that
a lot
use
of
them.
commercial drones
They're
at
junk.
Skydio.
Yeah, because
Skydios are-
even
in fact, all the reviews on Skydio on YouTube, they have problems with them.
well, Daryl's company, even though they don't like Skydio, they still have them because certain contractors require that they use Skydio and not DJI. He even said that a couple weeks ago when he was in the chat. He said he had to
But
get
if they
2 or
had
3 of
their
them
others,
fixed.
they wouldn't fly a Skydio.
Yeah, but the US
I remember
military
watching a
use
video- I
Skydio
remember watching
drones
a,
as well.
The what?
I
The
remember-
who?
The US military use Skydio.
Yeah, because they
Yes,
do.
they
They have a
do.
big military contract with them. Yeah, they
They
do.
have a massive military contract.
I remember watching a video from Ken Dono, and he had a Skydio, and then he took it and threw it in the trash can.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, nobody's saying they're perfect. Nobody said that, but there are commercial companies, like Daryl said, that he even has them because some contractors require they use Skydio, whether they agree with it or not. If they want the business, they got to have them in order
It's-
to fulfill that
yeah.
contract.
It's the only thing that Skydio are now producing is their enterprise drones.
TJ, let me
And
take
they
you back to
used
the
a
start
lot.
of this live stream. Remember what I said about lighting the blue torch paper and sitting back and watch?
Right.
Yeah.
But like
I don't
I
know.
said, as much as Daryl hates Skydio, he came in the chat a couple weeks ago, said he had to
I'll be
send
right
2 or
back.
3 of them off to get fixed, and was complaining about the amount of time it was going, or the cost of fixing them, because he had a contract that required to use them. And like I said, if they want to keep certain contracts, they got to do what the contractor asks them to do.
Yep.
Or the company that they're contracting with. Otherwise, they'll go find somebody that will do it. You know.
It's like if they're doing jobs for first responders that now aren't allowed to make use of Chinese DJI drones and stuff like that. They've got to use Skydio for that.
Well, and then there's other small drone manufacturers
Not
in the
many.
U.S., but there's a few of them that are making specifically first responder type drones. There's the one company that's making that very tactical drone that can like break through windows and shit. There was they had a whole video on YouTube showing the drone off and stuff, where it was designed to where you could just run this bitch right into a window at full speed and just break the window and then fly right through it, and it didn't affect the drone like that. It had like some kind of thing on the front of it that would just bust through the windows.
Well, you could do that with a Avata. You can fly into a window and break through the window. Might affect the drone a little bit, but it'll work.
Unless it's double glazed, then it'll just bounce off.
But yeah, it's like I said, there are some that are making, but like I said, Skydio will either find another manufacturer in another country, whether it be Taiwan, Africa, whatever. They'll find somebody else, or they'll make them themselves at some point. It's just a matter of getting that set up. I mean,
I was going to tell you a joke on the back of my Penguin packet, but it's so bad I won't bother.
Good.
When you order-
Joe says, "Yeah, good."
Probably something Laura said.
Would you order like a box full of penguins, or ordered a stuffed penguin or something? And it came
No,
with like
we get chocolate
Hey, Randy.
bars that are called penguins, and on the
Penguin
packets,
chocolate bars.
they have jokes. Like this one, it says, "Why do
Come on, lean
penguins
forward.
not play football?
Why do what?
Why do penguins not play football?
I don't know.
Because they're penguins.
Because they snowball."
Because they snowball.
Because there's no
Snow,
ball.
no. Snow as in no. Snowball.
There's no ball.
Snow because they snowball.
It's really
he's so
bad.
TJ,
confused
lean
by
into
that.
the
He's
camera,
like,
will you?
That's worse than an odd joke.
Mm.
Good morning, Mad Props.
what's up, Randy?
Randy, what's up? Randa. Joe. Football.
That's funny.
Well, Mandeville lost their first game last night.
They did.
Mm.
Yeah. Show you how they lost it. I'll show you the picture on how they lost it.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Joel. I'll agree with you on that one.
That's how they lost it. Field goal with 1 second left in the game.
Oh my, that was a close
Oh,
call.
hell.
But look at the players diving over the top and everything.
Mm.
They got this guy here holding this guy down. They didn't call a penalty. But
Well,
I love it with the players jumping over the top.
You love the referees anyway.
No problem last night. I'm standing on the field and all the referees came up and say, "How you been, man?" Shaking my hand. They all knew me. Nobody bothered me last night. It's only the ones that I never see before.
The rookies.
And I was standing out on the field again, where I usually do when they're down the field. Nobody bothered me.
Oh, crap. They've moved the Michigan game. Now it's 7:30.
But the highlight of the night was I got there early and I went and sat on the bench, just sitting there while they were coming out getting ready to warm up. And I'm sitting there and I wasn't paying attention, right? So a guy comes sit next to me and we're talking. He's with Channel 6, one of the newscasts. And then one of the cheerleaders was sitting on the end of the bench. And then this girl came and sat right next to me. And I'm sitting there and I didn't even recognize her, didn't pay attention to her. I shot her picture. It was 7 years ago. She was one of the dance team members. She worked for Channel 6. This girl followed me all night, talking to me all night. And she knew my son. You know, I said, Justin, I said, Kendall said, tell you hello. He said, Kendall, and he gave me the last name. I said, yeah. He said, oh, damn, she's fine as shit. Like that.
Yeah.
I said, she is. You know?
That was
So,
why
yeah.
she was following you around, Joe, because of Justin.
It's all right with me.
Yeah, so Skydio already has a new source coming online by spring, so, and they said they have a substantial stock of batteries on hand
I'm not
already.
going to be able to sleep until Skydio has another source.
I keep you awake at night.
I mean, it's,
No, I was answering.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
No, that was one of the things we were just talking about. While Skydio has a substantial stock of batteries on hand, it does anticipate new sources coming online until spring of next year. So they do have already something lined up. I'm sure they saw it coming. I mean, these companies aren't stupid.
Yeah, Randy, we already said that a while back.
I think at first, when I first wanted to start flying, I wanted to get a Skydio, but then I don't know. I guess I started to hear like how bad they suck.
You
or
heard
whatever.
all about them, yep.
Yeah. Because the remote looks like a damn TV remote control or something. You just have like a little clicky buttons all over the place.
Morning, Jonathan.
What's up, Jonathan?
JJ, what's up?
Now that ban ain't going to
Yeah,
go
Joe.
anywhere. It's just going to force American companies to have to figure out either other sources of manufacturing or they'll do it themselves. Which could drive the prices up, but if they
Or
don't,
they might change the company over and make lawn chairs.
but they could go over into yeah, but there's other
Lawn
countries.
chairs.
They could go to Mexico. They could go to India and set up manufacturing, and it wouldn't really affect the price at that point.
I don't know. I think there's something in the air.
That's funny.
Is Skydio when you want the best in ping pong ball.
That's it.
Ping pong ball.
Well, like I said, there's other countries that actually have cheaper manufacturing at the moment that they could go to and build these things. So that shouldn't up the cost if that's what they end up doing. Now, if they end up making them in the U.S., then yes, it's obviously going to up the cost for sure. But
I don't care where they make them; they're not going to up the demand. Of course, that's unless they get the U.S. government under a Camilla presidency to buy out the company and ship them all over to be drones over in
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Who was it last night that somebody?
Skydio already provides drones for Ukraine. They have
Yep.
been. That's
And
open
they're
knowledge.
only a
That's nothing
one-time
new.
deal, right?
I think
Well,
it was
most of those drones are suicide type drones. I
They're
mean,
blow up,
used as
blow me up
kamikaze
because
drones.
that's all I'm good for. I'm a Skydio.
Well, they were using just as many DJI drones for that. They were strapping C4 to them and running them into a group of soldiers. They're used as kamikaze drones. They have home built FPVs they've used.
I don't know what it is, but I get this feeling that Paul does not like Skydio.
No, I do not. Skydio should be wiped from everybody's memory.
All drones should be.
So somebody was pointing a laser at the camera, I think, on an Air 3S. Someone lost their drone due to it. Jonathan's talking about.
How did that affect the drone?
It
I
will
can see it fucking
probably
the
affect.
camera up.
It'll affect.
Someone,
It'll screw the sensor on the camera up, but it'll also affect the lidar.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. I didn't think about that. I forgot it had LiDAR on it. I was gonna say because the only thing that really on a like say it was like a Mini 2, the only thing I would really screw with would be the camera sensor, but that's not gonna knock the drone out of the sky.
No.
It would just fuck the camera up. It was just like when fucking Dan shined that laser into his webcam and fucked it all up that one night.
Yeah.
And then there was like all these burn marks in his
Any good.
camera. Yeah, he fucked his last webcam up by doing that on a live stream on my live stream. He was sitting there shining the laser into it and he fucking burned a bunch of shit into the sensor.
Grits are the best thing ever.
No, they're not. They're gross. Like beach sand.
Love grits. Look at that
Dude,
grits and sausage.
Oh, it used to piss me off when I lived in North Carolina. I'd go into a restaurant and I'd be like, I want bacon and eggs and toast. Do not put any grits on my plate. I don't want grits anywhere near my food. And every fucking time these motherfuckers would bring me out my plate of food with grits slapped all over it.
Well,
Because they were so
You said-
used to just everybody eating them that when you would actually ask to not have them, it was like they couldn't comprehend that.
It's only porridge, isn't it?
kinda.
Not really, no.
Oh, it was porridge made with corn instead of oats.
Yeah, but it does to me. It doesn't taste like oatmeal or even cream of wheat. It has this like, I don't know.
Corn. Yeah.
I've given grits plenty of chances. I've had 1,000 different people tell me, "Oh, I make the best grits in the world. Just try them." Okay, and they all taste like shit to me. I've given them plenty of chances.
He looks at the plate and he goes, "Okay, grits, I'm going to give you a second chance."
So
I know
grits
you- I
is
know
the
you're gonna be
Skydio
better
of
than
food.
before." And he's going to take a bite and say, "You suck."
Well, and another thing, I grew up in California, which grits aren't a big thing out there, so I didn't grow up eating them either. If I would have
Eat the
grown up
grits-
eating them,
You just put grits in my bottle. What are you talking
the
about?
first time I ever heard about grits was my cousin Vinny.
A
Until then,
The
when I
Beverly
lived in
Hillbillies.
North Carolina.
grit. A
What do
grit.
you mean? The Beverly Hillbillies always heard about grits on that. And
Yeah,
chitlins.
possum, innards, and grits.
I
Yeah,
never
and
really
chitlins.
watched Beverly Hillbillies.
Everybody
Maybe,
watched
but I
Beverly
don't
Hillbillies just for Ellie Mae Clampett. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the movie and stuff, but I never really watched the TV show or anything. But no, the first time I ever really was introduced to grits personally is when I moved to North Carolina, and like I said, I gave them plenty of chances. I just did not like them.
Sarah likes them.
Oh yeah, she's always liked grits.
Beverly
she grew up-
Hillbillies was the original Pornhub. Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sarah also grew up eating them though too. I didn't. Like I said, in California, grits aren't really a big thing.
They had the original cougar.
Grits
Yeah.
are more of a
Miss
Is
Hathaway.
southern
Ellie
thing.
Mae
Miss Hathaway.
still alive?
No,
She died.
Like gr-
She died a few years ago, didn't she?
just a couple years ago. She lived about 70 miles from me.
Ah,
See, grits are more of a southeastern cuisine.
Lance. Very funny.
Like
Lance
most
wants to know
restaurant-
why you're not at work, Justin.
Why don't you work, Justin?
Because it's
It's
Saturday. Why would I be at work? Why the fuck aren't you at work? You're a teacher.
Oh. Oh.
The one
flew my
person that would
Neo
under my,
yesterday.
the one person that would understand my schedule the most is the one asking me why I'm not working today.
Yeah. Oh, God. Darn it.
No, but grits, like when you go to a restaurant in California, they don't generally have grits. They might have it on the menu, maybe, but you don't see
Lance
it.
says the bad kids should be at Saturday school.
Neo.
Sarah.
No,
we actually-
Sarah, there's a
Sarah,
restaurant near here
smile.
that makes shrimp, cheese, grits.
We don't have a weekend school. We have actually a
Cajun-
school
Cajun
dedicated
tomato
for
sauce.
badass kids. Like
So
when you get
that's-
And
expelled
shrimp
from
and
all the
cheese
other
grits
schools
good.
together.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, we have a school that if you get expelled from any of the regular schools, you go to that one.
Well, that sounds
If it-
weird.
If you end up being a problem at that school, you're probably going to end up in juvenile hall. So
Oh yeah, we got special schools for things like that. But shrimp, cheese, and Cajun tomato sauce on porridge. No.
yeah, but it's not porridge though. Like grits don't taste, they don't have any sweetness to them unless you add like sugar to them.
You
Like
don't add
people-
sugar to grits. It's like crying
Some
in
people-
baseball.
Some people do though. Some people make them sweet. Some people put eggs in them. Some people put shrimp in them. Like I've seen people make them 1,000 different
shrimp
ways.
and shrimp and stuff like that. I'll break up sausage and put it in there, but you don't put sweet. It's like There's no crying in
I've-
baseball.
I've seen people do it though. But
There was
like I
some
said,
crying
Ted,
in football last night.
when you eat grits, Mark, like just plain grits, they don't really have any taste. I just don't like the texture of them, to be honest with you.
They taste like grits.
They taste like beach sand.
A little less gritty.
What is the classic that they serve grits with? Grits and
Chitlins.
Butter, I
Grits-
think just buttery grits.
Grits, butter, sausage, eggs.
yeah,
You know,
but
if you go to, like-
don't they have a certain biscuit and grits or
No,
No, they'll usually when you go to like say just a
I
little
can't
mom and
help
pop
it.
Southern restaurant, it'll just be grits with butter, and then people will take all their shit, the eggs and sausage and things, and they'll just make a big mash with it and eat it all
You guys
together.
have said
That's what I used
grits
to do.
so many times. It's just going to appear on everybody's screen. It's just going to like
Grits?
Beetlejuice it. It's just going bang.
grits, grits, grits.
Boom, 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 boom.
Please, Lord of Grits, visit David.
Yeah.
Show
Paul,
him the
just
beloved.
change it. Just change the title of your video. Sponsored by Grits. Uh,
Mark, do you eat grits?
Never had them.
never
We
ever.
don't-
Ugh.
It's not something that you can get in the UK.
No, because we get edible food.
We have porridge.
Assuming you might, I'm
Y'all
sure
have
there's- you
Vegemite.
might be able to
Look,
find
look,
it
y'all
somewhere.
have Vegemite.
No, we don't.
That's Australian.
No,
We have Marmite.
that's
Merrimite,
Australian.
same thing. Same
No,
thing.
it's not.
the same.
No, it's not.
It's still nasty.
It's not. It's lovely.
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 Paul, sorry, Joe. I'm going to agree with you. It's disgusting, but it's still not the same.
Well, I wonder if you could eat grits with Marmite.
Now
Well,
you're making me
grits are kind of grits are kind of a thing you can put whatever you want in it if
What?
it tastes good, do you?
Paul,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh,
recommend.
yeah. Rice with shrimp. Yeah. I agree with that.
shrimp and cheese grits. Oh, there's nothing better.
Shrimp, cheese, and Marmite.
Yeah, there is just the shrimp by itself is better.
Marmite's nice on toast.
I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pop.
Hey, Paul, yesterday while I was sitting there before the game, before they opened the gate, I'd go in, but I sit back in my car. I sit there. That way I don't have to deal with anybody yet. So I sit in the back by the tailgate, bring my little chair out that I fly my drone with. Stop. And I sit there, and I brought the Neo with me. I flew 3 batteries yesterday. Just flew it all around Mandeville High School.
And it
Just
did,
all-
did good.
Oh, just flew like a camera drone. I wasn't trying anything else. But I flew it all the way in the back. And when the boys were coming back from eating, because they went to the cafeteria and came back, I was flying, getting video of them doing their walk of shame. And that's what I tell them every time. I said, y'all either win in that or this is the walk of shame. Like that. So they were sitting there and they were getting a kick out of it. And I'm flying it all the way back to me, right? And the table's sitting right there. And as it comes up, gets right by me, I stick my hand out and it comes up and lands in my hand. And they went, damn, Mr. Joe, you're good at that, huh? Hey, the Neil's good at that, not me. I just stuck my hand out and came right to it.
Were y'all talking about like shrimp and grits and rice and
Oh,
shrimp?
for
and
God's
whatever?
sake, TJ.
Where the hell
Well,
you been at?
No, because I was on the phone, so I really couldn't hear what was going on. So that's why I muted myself and turned my camera off because I was on
Now,
a
TJ,
call.
on that note, I was going to say lean forward and I was going to pistol whip you. But I can't show the pistol. I'm going to pistol whip you this time.
No, I was just going back through the chats and I just saw like grits and shrimp and rice and shrimp and stuff. So
Boom, 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 boom.
So in that case, why did you ask us if we were talking about it? If you knew we'd been talking about it.
yeah, I don't know. I just felt like that. I like to hear myself talk sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, lean towards the camera.
Hold on, TJ. Let me put a round in the chamber. Hold on.
Okay, lean forward and slap yourself on the cheek.
Yeah, there was. I had cereal.
Yeah, slap yourself on both cheeks.
Hey,
They're
have
all-
your wife come over and slap you on the cheek.
That's what I was gonna say. Just have your wife come do it. I'm sure you deserve it.
What's your wife's name?
Sandra.
Sandra, come over and slap him.
Come slap him. Slap him, Sandra.
Slap him. He deserves it.
Slap him. I know you. There you go.
Yeah.
I know she wanted.
Slap him good. Thank you, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra, anytime you want to, just come slap him. I know you
Yeah,
deserve it.
come slap him anytime, no matter what.
That's funny.
Randy.
I thought he was going to jump out the window there for a minute. Mean it.
Yeah, TJ got off because he was eating a couple of them gummies. That's what it was.
That's funny.
But what I want to know, TJ, was that funny?
It's snowing out there.
Hey, Joe, what kind of wind do you fly the Neo in?
None. I don't know.
Cold one.
Yeah.
Just a light breeze, or
A lightly salted breeze. Protects the
You
battery.
should fly your Neo inside, Joe, and make a video and just fly inside your house.
And don't want to fly in here. That's
It's
stupid.
supposed to be able to handle
Oh.
up to 17 mile an hour in it.
hang on, I got to mute.
He's got the drone about to land in his hand.
Yeah.
Man, look at his suit he's got on there. He's looking pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Here, Neo, Neo, Neo. Here, Neo, Neo, Neo.
Neo.
Neo. Live YouTube. Much.
Look.
What's that, Don? Hamas food pellets. And yes, I know it says hummus.
Here you go, Paul. This is one of the things that messed up this game. That catch right there. 93-yard touchdown pass.
And then there was the cilantro sign that got him distracted too. Like, ooh, cilantros.
TJ.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody must have clipped TJ getting slapped on the back of the head. You could add it to the Paul's empty chair video, Don.
Neo's actually fun to fly though. Like I said, yesterday it was about 5 mile an hour winds. And I was just flying it all around the school.
Anybody for a cup of tea?
I'm looking outside right now, and the flags are kind of drooping down, but every once in a while they luft a little bit.
You mean they're wafting up and showing the knickers?
Yeah, yep. They're showing their true stripes.
It's not the stripes you want to be looking for, it's the stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's 5 mile an hour gusting to 12 today. That's not bad.
Right, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea.
Hey, go make a cup of tea.
No sugar in my.
Make sure you get your crumpets too.
Yeah.
I've already had them, TJ. I had the giant ones.
Oh, nice.
Hey, here's my question. What the hell is a crumpet?
It's a round piece of bread.
I'll leave it to you to explain.
From what
And you-
we can make out, Paul, it's an English muffin.
Yeah.
Call it.
Yeah, it's a round
English
piece of bread.
muffin.
You could put jelly and maybe some.
If
peanut
you look
butter.
at pictures of an English muffin and a crumpet, they almost look
Butter.
identical.
You heard that? No.
No.
The jelly on the
No jam, just butter.
Jam.
You
No,
put
but if you-
butter and Marmite on it.
Yeah, but if
butter
you
and
look
margarine,
at
yeah.
a picture of a crumpet and an English muffin, they almost look identical. So I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they're the
you,
same
you
thing.
take the crumpet, you put a little bit of butter, a little bit of jam,
Oh, you
an
put
egg,
a lot of
and a
butter.
piece of sausage, and you put
You
another
put-
crumpet on top, and you eat it like that.
You
Yeah,
put
well,
a
crumpet-
lot of butter on it. So
McDouble.
it
A lot of
soaks
butter.
right the way through.
Gotta put a lot of butter.
A lot of butter.
A lot of butter,
A lot of butter.
butter on it, and a sausage.
TJ, make sure you put a lot of butter on it.
A lot of butter on
A
it.
lot of butter. Yep.
Yeah, it's Joe pretty much described a friggin' egg McMuffin from the McDonald's.
I
Yeah.
know.
An egg McMuffin.
Egg muffin.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure you have your bottle of water too.
On a crumpet, you've got to have
No,
a
they don't
lot
get the right
of butter.
A lot of butter with water.
Brandy said I'm still trying to figure out what a squid is. British pay with squids. What?
Hey?
Squid's like
No,
a
squid.
octopus.
No,
There's
not a
F-
squid.
No
oh,
F
he's talking
on the
about
beginning of it.
yeah,
Squid is
quid.
squid.
A quid is the slang word for a pound in the same way that you use a buck for a dollar.
I think he meant quid, not squid. Quid.
That's what
Yeah,
they just
quid.
said.
Quid. That's what we're
All
talking
right,
about.
come to the
Quid.
camera, TJ. Lean
TJ,
forward.
come here. Look.
Pay attention, Jesus.
Sandra, we need you again.
TJ, you gotta at least have.
Is Sarah there? She needs to get you one right
TJ,
in the
you
back.
gotta have at least
Yeah.
at least one earplug, please.
Like Sandra, right?
That way it stays.
Yeah.
Danny, come slap him on the back of the head, will you?
And she starts slapping you. She starts saying orange, orange, orange. So that's just safe for you.
Orange.
Aren't you
saying
gonna
orange a
slap
lot,
me?
Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad?
Aren't you glad you slapped me?
Yeah.
And pence is a penny, right, Mark? Mark,
Mm-hmm.
pence is a penny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you hear David say it cost me 20 pence, that means 20 cents. And pretty
Yeah,
much. I mean,
pretty
without doing the conversion, that's what you would think about.
Yeah, in the old money before 1971, it was called a penny. And in the new money, they call it pence. Because in the old days, there used to be 12 pennies to a shilling and 20 shillings to a pound.
So
So
you
there used to be 240 pennies to a pound.
what the saying was, TJ, is keep your pence in your pants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, keep your pence in your pants.
And now it's just
There's
100.
also a band by the name of Sixpence None the Richer.
What?
There's a band.
Where that come from?
You don't hear them much anymore, but there's.
I don't think I ever heard him in the first place.
No,
Me
yeah.
either.
No, it's old school band.
Would they
They've
teach
been
you that in
banned.
kindergarten or what?
Did what?
Teach you that in kindergarten or what?
No,
Kindergarten.
it was like
Did you say
back in
kindergarten?
like in,
Yeah,
Kindergarten.
he did.
no, it was like back in like in my
Kindergarten.
teen years.
Back in your teen years? Oh,
Yeah,
that was a
I
long
think
time
so.
ago.
That was a long time ago.
That's ancient history. Look at there. I look like a general.
Oh my God.
Paul, take your chair to the corner, face the wall, think about what you've done.
Here we go.
Good, and there it goes.
Didn't take much.
Oh, this is the British version. This is the American version.
Oh my fucking God.
You passed out yet?
Well, one day he's gonna pass out.
Breathe,
Yeah, I'm telling you.
breathe, breathe, soldier.
Oh, could you imagine TJ trying to go to boot camp, Joe?
Oh, Lord help me.
Dude, he would. Fucking drill sergeant would lose his shit with TJ. He'd drive him nuts.
He'd be in the best shape of his life.
Yeah, he'd be having to do nonstop push-ups.
Randy, what's up?
Could you imagine TJ going out to war against Russia?
That's funny. That's pretty good.
Hey, Randy.
No, they would use TJ as like a.
A decoy.
No, they would use them to drive prisoners crazy when they're trying to interrogate them. They're like, sit there and giggle for 30 minutes.
No, they'd use him as a decoy. Just sit him at the end of the. No, just get him to pop up, laughing his head off.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, when the Russians are like, "What the fuck?" and you just blew a lot of shit out of them.
Donald said, while TJ's vapor locked, I'm going to grab a shower.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, goodness. He looks like a general. That's funny. That's pretty good.
What's up, Randy?
TJ,
What's up, Justin? How's the new gig going?
Oh, good, good.
good afternoon.
No crazy kids.
Oh, he had
No,
one
actually, our
yesterday.
bus was really chill. So.
Yeah, but you said you had one yesterday, didn't you?
Oh yeah, but that was nothing. That was like something that was.
He just slapped him on the
Excellent.
back of the head and went on their way.
I did not.
The driver's
I just
got it.
sternly looked at him and said, "Do I look like somebody you want to mess with?" He said, "No, sir."
The
And he
driver's
turned
got
around
it
and he
so
was quiet the rest of the way.
Yeah.
The driver's got it so
So wait till
he
Monday.
lights a joint and puts it in the air conditioning.
Yeah. Wait till Monday when he goes into work and the kid sat there going, "Now do I look like someone you want to fuck with?" and pulls out a fucking semi-automatic.
I'm guessing your biggest issue probably is kids standing up.
Well, that was what it was the two kids were hitting each other over the seat.
And you know what? Tell them what they were hitting them with.
A damn slinky.
Plastic slinky.
A slinky.
Sounds like my daughter. She gets in trouble like every day for hitting people on the bus. She's mean, I tell you. She's
Do they
not one to mess with.
Do they get write-ups on the bus or something? You get like write-ups and shit?
Yeah, I can
remember.
write people up if it warrants it, but
Or you can get suspended off the bus for a couple days.
yeah. So what it is like if say a kid
What?
says.
You mean you tie him to the back of it?
So what happens is if a
Suspending him
kid.
off the bus.
doing.
So what happens if I like have an issue where I keep telling a kid not to do something? I can write them a referral. It goes to the school, and then the school administrator, which would usually be the vice principal or principal, will look at it, and then they decide the punishment. and usually they'll suspend them off the bus for like 3 days as a first offense, and then go from there. But you know what's crazy is if we suspend a kid off the bus and they show up to the bus stop, we technically by federal law are not allowed to leave them there, so we have to give them a ride to school still. But then they're going to get in trouble again from the school for getting on the bus knowing they weren't supposed to. But we cannot leave a student at a bus stop. It is illegal. Even if a kid isn't supposed to be at that bus stop, like say they stay there the night at their friend's house and they didn't get permission from the school to ride that bus the next morning, we have to take them to the school. But then
Shit,
they
when
have
I
to
was
deal
a-
with the school when they get
When
there.
I was a kid, I got denied many a times trying to get on the bus at a different
They're
stop.
not- yeah, they're not allowed to do that anymore because of safety. They don't want a child being left at a bus stop.
That's a good rule.
Hey,
They,
but they'll let them come in the
yeah.
border and go wherever they want.
But now we've got
Oh,
a
for
new
fuck's
plan.
sake.
And then
Now
bust
we
them
got-
everywhere they want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
Let
we've
them
got
on
a
the
new
bus. Let all the migrants on the bus. Rapists, murderers.
plan.
There you go, Randy. Let's start.
Yeah.
Jesus
a new-
Christ, how did you guys
3
go to
days,
that?
Randy. 3 days.
Right. My
Take
new
America
plan.
back in 3 days.
Right.
just-
My new
just-
plan
Do you,
is
do
to
you
sell
check their,
tickets.
do you check them for passports?
Hold on, David. What? Your new
Right.
plan? What?
My new plan is to sell tickets to parents just to dump their kids at a Justin bus stop. Right? Justin has to take them. You know, like
Well,
a bin,
like I s-
like on a bin
What
day.
What you've got to do is tie a load of nooses to the roof bars hanging down at the windows and say, now, anybody trouble, they're going to get suspended off the bus in them ropes.
That's
Bit
a good one.
extreme.
yeah, that's a little
I'm
extreme,
out.
Mark. No, but like I said, it's you can do a write up on a kid all you want, and then the administrator has to decide what the punishment is. But there's also a guy that is like the head enforcement for like discipline. He's like a disciplinary officer for the district, and he goes through each referral, and the schools have to respond to him. So they can't just decide to not look at your referral. They have to respond to it. And if he goes through the system and finds a bunch that the school didn't react to or do anything with, then the school will get in trouble by the enforcement officer. And we had 3 cars already run the damn red lights on the bus.
Oh, yeah, they probably do that every day.
Oh yeah. We get at least 1 or 2 a day, at least, just on our bus.
But you got cameras on the bus, right?
Yep, they got high speed cameras on the sides of the buses now that get your license plate and a picture of you.
That's
That's
a big.
pretty wild.
That's a big fine too.
Here
Randy.
it's 250 or 500, something like that.
Yeah. It's not no
So
seatbelt
Randy,
ticket.
How did they
On two,
wire? Well, I guess it could be done. I guess wire a camera to a bus, just like you wire a camera to a car or whatever.
PJ,
David,
don't lean into the camera. Just go over to your missus and say, please slap me twice. One on one side, one on the other side. And make it a swipe. Swipe both ways. They've
So,
They've already got cameras on buses. They've been doing that since the 90s.
yeah.
well,
Hey,
back in the
Randy,
day,
on Tuesday, Randy, what we're gonna do is Paul's gonna have a live stream all day. It's gonna be on all day, and we're gonna sit here and we gotta have the same outfit. Everybody's gotta have one of these, and everybody's gotta have a trash bag, and we gotta wear it.
I was looking at that visor. I was thinking about getting it.
Yeah, Paul sent me a $25 gift card because he sent my drone to Lambo instead.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
So I'll use it to buy a Trump hat and a gun cleaning kit. I figured that
That's
was
cool.
American.
Yeah, hell yeah. I want to get one of the dark MAGA hats.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, the dark MAGA.
You know,
Yeah, I need
Pack
one
it
of
in.
those.
let's leave politics
Well,
it should be.
if everything goes the way it's going so far, we should have a cognitive leader at the wheel on.
Yeah.
We're not going to go down that route because I've seen the headlines today, right? And they've already filed a lawsuit in Pennsylvania because
the Dems are cheating
something to do
already.
with votes already, and it's like, seriously, they've not even casted the vote yet. You've already launched a lawsuit. Now, what happens, right? If Trump wins in Pennsylvania and he's filed a lawsuit to say that it was rigged, right? And then they go back and it turns out he didn't win, and he'll be like, "Yeah, he did." Boom.
Well, he's not
Well, they've
saying
got-
who it's rigged for. He's just saying that they're doing something illegal.
Yeah, it's got 225,000 illegal votes already. They found.
Right.
Some states are not checking voter ID because each state can do their own rules on voting, and some are not requiring voting ID.
Yeah. When I went to vote, me and my wife, I go in and you walk up to the desk and they just ask, "What's your name?" So I gave them my name and they pulled it up, and that's pretty much all they asked for. Well, when I went to fill out the voter card, because I did mine a paper ballot, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, where do I sign this thing? And there's no place to sign it. Your name's not even on the ballot.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I'm like, how come you guys don't check IDs
It's
when,
supposed
when, you,
right.
when you're
Well,
signing in?
one
Because
thing
anybody
first.
could just say, who, give a name and get a ballot, fill it out, and turn it in.
Well, yeah, but they would have to know that your name is on that register, right? 2, your vote is supposed to be anonymous.
No, it's not,
No,
because it has all your information on the vote.
right.
voting.
Your vote's not anonymous. There's got to be a way to validate that each vote is to a legal
Why
citizen.
can't- Right.
But it
why
has to
can't-
be.
Whoa.
It has
Why
to be
can't you
legal.
Why can't you
be
organize a ballot? Seriously. We've been doing it for decades, centuries, right? Literally, we walk into a polling booth. We are given a polling booth we have to go to. Right? We don't decide.
Totally.
We can't just walk into any. We get told, this is your local booth and these are your local candidates. Right? That's it. You walk in and you go, my name is David Preston. I live at XXX address. And they go, yes. And they cross your name out. They give you a piece of paper. You go into the little booth. You put an X in the box where you want it, or draw a penis on it, or graffiti it if you want to invalidate your vote. Put it,
Right.
fold it up in the box. Job done.
David, take a little bit more notice the next time you go in and vote.
Why?
When the poll officer crosses your name off the register, he
Yeah.
says number. That number is next to your name. The poll clerk writes that number on the counterfoil of the voting slip he gives you.
No, not down
Yeah.
here. They've not been doing that down here because literally it clearly states any other mark on this piece of paper is invalidated your vote. There is no numbers, there is no reference, there's no nothing.
It does not go on the voting slip. If you look on the back of the voting slip, you'll see a number.
On your vote, on your polling card.
He tears it out, not on your voting card, on the slip they give you to put in the ballot box. There is a number on the back of it, and it's torn out of a book of tickets.
No.
Counterfoil on that
No.
it also has that number on.
I'm sorry, but no.
Your electoral
No.
register number.
No.
David, I was a
No.
presiding officer
I don't
at a
care.
polling
I'm
station
telling you how
for
it's done.
years.
I'm telling you how it's done here, right? I go in, I walk through the door. On the door, it'll have a list of postcodes. It says X postcode to this side, X postcode to that side. You go to your desk, you give them your name and your address. If your name and address don't match, you ain't voting. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Right? Then they cross out your name on the slip of paper, on the form. Just literally cross it out. They've got a ruler and he goes zinc. Done.
Yeah.
They give you a slip of paper.
Yeah, Bo.
No numbers, no identification, nothing on that piece of paper. You
There is,
cannot.
honest, on the back,
Yeah, Bo.
No,
there's a 4-figure number on the back.
No. I can tell you there isn't. Ours are photocopied, right? They're just a stack. It's not out of a book. Yeah. It's just a literal
People, they
stack of paper, and they just put it out of the box. Go, there you go. Go and do your vote. You're done.
That's the way they did
Sounds
us.
like y'all got
when
an
I-
election issue over there too.
Yeah, they've had like
We
18
don't-
prime
we don't have
ministers
any
in the past
issues.
3 years.
Yeah, we don't have any issues because we do it right.
Exactly.
That's the way they did it
How,
here, like,
how am I
you-
supposed to know? Y'all are telling us two different things.
Well,
Because
that's the way it's always done in Manchester. Let's put
Yeah.
it that.
you see, that's the difference. With Manchester, they may do it differently. Yeah,
Well,
because
see, it's the same here. States do it different.
Yeah. But the point is, you shouldn't have to need. I know now they're asking for ID and stuff, but you flash it and go, yeah, I've got a photo. Right. No one ever checks it. Yeah, that's it. You're done. There's none of this.
Yeah, but
But at the end of the day, at 10 o'clock, when that polling booth closes, no fucker stands there and goes, it's a rigged. They just accept it. It's done.
Unless it's a really close vote, and then
Then they recount.
the candidates make them count them again. Yeah.
that's all that our politicians do every time. And it's been done at every election for the last 60, 80 years. They've all been challenged, every one of them. And
Yeah,
then
but-
that's all they do is they do a recount in certain
It-
states until they figure out.
2,000 apart, then they can't really complain about it.
That's the problem with all of our elections in the past, like 30 years. There hasn't been a decisive victory, like a landslide per se. It's always been like really close.
Yeah, in
So
some
that
states
leaves the
it could
door-
be just a few thousand votes.
Yeah, like in 2020, Biden only won by like 40,000 votes, which is, virtually nothing. Very, very
What, you-
easy
1,000
to
votes.
fake
whole
40,000 votes.
Yeah, but you're talking about out of 330 million
Yeah, I
people.
know. Yeah, that's
That's
not
really not a lot.
No.
No.
Although,
So-
what percentage of your population actually voted?
I
Probably
wanna
about
say-
200 million. I think 250 million. Well, 100, probably 150 because didn't each voter get like 70, 80 million votes?
Yeah,
Right.
something
So
like that.
this
In
is
our
my
general-
okay.
in our
This is
general
my
elec-
plan for the week ahead.
In our general election,
Even
probably
then,
50% return.
yeah,
On
40,000 out of 150
Even
million.
less than the
Still
council
nothing.
elections.
Okay, this is my plan for the week ahead, right? On Monday, I'm going to get a bucket. Monday evening, I'm going to fill it with sand. Tuesday, I'm putting my head in that sand, and I'm not lifting it out until Thursday. If Kamala's won, then you'll see me in a couple of months' time. If Trump's won, you'll see me in a couple of years' time. Sorted.
Here you go, TJ. This is just for you. Okay. You always say, when I talk about shooting pictures, you always say the girls are at high school, right? I'll show you the
Yeah.
girl that was in high school that I shot her picture 7 years ago. And she was out there last night doing sports for Channel 6. This is the one that knows my son.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was the one that
Okay.
sat next to me talking to me. Now that's her press picture, right? That's her press picture. That's what she looked like last night.
Yeah.
He has some thick ass legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My my
Big old
son,
bitty.
when I said Kendall said, tell you hello. He says, Kendall, and gave me the last name. I said, yeah. He says, damn, she's fine as F. You know,
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
she
sorry,
looked-
but I have to do this. Joe?
was not a high school girl.
No, Joe, lean into the camera. Lean into
No.
the camera. No. Lean into the camera. I just want to thank you. I want to give you a big hug and say thank you for changing the subject.
I was going to say, don't be jealous.
Hey, Captain, you had a chance to test that Canic out? Mechanic?
No, I got it sitting right here in front of me. I'm going to do it next weekend.
Yeah, I hear the Canic's are pretty nice.
I heard that they rival Glock,
Yeah. Yep.
and this got a 5.2-inch barrel. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
a
like
big boy.
I probably I showed the picture to a couple of the cops last night. Both of them said, "You want to sell it? Let me know."
No doubt. Yeah, it's a nice looking piece.
And Eddie Vanison is, man, this guy Eddie Vanison. I've known him for years. Shot his kids' pictures. Black cop. He's about 6'6". Every time he does something stupid, I catch his picture.
Yeah.
I'll have him posing like he's doing a magazine, and he'll say, "Damn, I can't do anything around you." One day, one of the guys backed into one of the police cars, and he ran out there and laid on the ground. As soon as he got on the ground, I shot the picture. He was playing like he was hurt. He goes,
Right.
how in the hell you get these pictures all the time? I said, because I watch. You know, I
You gotta be
pay
ready.
attention. Like
Yeah.
that. So he was standing there last night, and he says, "How many rounds?" I said, 20 plus one. He goes, "Yeah, that's the one you take to New Orleans." I said, "Right."
Yeah.
I said, "It's kind of big though." He says, "He's just gonna have to find a place to put it." Yeah.
Yeah, 20 rounds, that's a lot.
I love how Glock got. There's so many Glock haters out there.
Now Glock's nice, they're reliable.
Glock's
They're
good.
just not as they don't keep innovating as much as other companies do. I mean, they're tried and true. They shoot good.
Well, it's like why change it up though if they're so good? You know, like there's really not. I mean, you can innovate a little bit, but you should always keep the models that have always been really well. I mean, because it's like why fix something that's not broken, right?
Right.
It's like AK-47s. You know, they're very reliable guns. That's why they were so popular worldwide, because you could drop them things in a fucking pile of sticky ass mud and they'd still shoot.
That's how
you know?
that's how Glock is.
Right.
I
So
was
I
looking
got a
at
friend that's
I think the
got a friend that's got a
43X.
Glock.
Yeah, the 43X is probably gonna be my next purchase.
Anybody
Yeah,
interested in Formula One?
But Dre is.
Maybe.
If Dre was here, Dre's
Yeah,
in
Dre
the
was
because
here.
McLaren have just called team orders to let Lando Norris win the race, which meant his teammate came second, pushed Max Verstappen down to third. Max Verstappen was complaining and now has been hit with a virtual safety car infringement, which means he could be banned from the race.
Yeah.
How can a Glock still be able to shoot if it's jammed up or whatever?
Just the way
You got to
it's made.
unjam it.
Oh.
Yeah, but
No,
you don't want
they've
to
they've
put
all-
jam in your gun.
Yeah.
Randy, don't show the gun part.
It
You
says
can show
I
the gun.
trained
You can't have the gun.
right. I'm not gonna show the gun. It says I trained at Tactical Shepherd because hope is not a plan.
That's
Oh,
right.
there you go.
That's a good sticker.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
I got a concealed carry banner out in my front yard. They say that's better than a ADT.
Randy, you got to
sign.
move to Florida, bro.
I know, right? I can see Randy
Down here,
living
you don't
in
even
Florida.
have to have one down here. You can just carry the bitch on you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maryland's
now
a
they
pain,
changed it here too.
Maryland's a pain in the ass. To get, you got to get a HQL handgun
Oh.
qualification license, and then after that, you got to. That's a 4-hour, like $90 class. You got to pay $60 for the fingerprints. Then you got to pay $50 to submit everything to the Maryland State Police, and then after that, if you want to get your concealed carry, it's $350. I actually got it for $289. It was a deal they had going. But then you got to pay another $60 for the fingerprints, and I think that one's $125 to submit to the Maryland State Police. So
You know
if
what I
want-
do? I go to the gun store and say I want that gun, and then I put it in my pants.
Yeah, we got it. Even when we go to purchase one, you got to fill out a registered firearm application, which I think that's free. It might have been like $10, but you fill that out. Wait like 5 or 6 days for them to send the email said you have not
Donald.
been disapproved, and then you can go in and pick up your gun.
But
You
for
got to wait
all-
that long?
Yeah,
7 days.
I go down to
All of the-
Academy, fill out the
Yeah.
paperwork, to hand it to them.
yeah. For all those worried about Justin
That's Maryland
getting
for
the
you.
gun and putting it in his pants, don't worry. There's nothing down there to shoot, so he's fine.
Yeah, Maryland is.
Not what she said last night.
They actually about a year ago, they passed the Supreme Court of Maryland passed a law that says that rule that you got to get a HQL is unconstitutional. Well, our governor appealed it because he's a dumbass, and I guess the appeals court upheld the law. So we still got to do the
So it needs to go to Supreme Court.
Yeah,
right, that's what I said.
it was at the state Supreme Court, or was it a circuit
Well,
court?
it was the state Supreme Court that overturned the current law that requires you to get a HQL. And then
Okay,
the
so it's
governor
probably
appealed
it's
that ruling, and it
probably-
went to an appeals court, and
Probably a district court.
they reinstated
or
it.
a circuit court. It might
Yeah,
have been a
circuit or
circuit.
district. Yeah,
Because I
it'll
think-
get to the Supreme Court eventually.
It's going to eventually get overturned, but if you want to wait that long, you'll be waiting a long time to.
Like I said, you need to just move to Florida, Randy. Have a lot more
Well,
fun there.
Randy, what you should have done was apply for a concealed carry out of Florida because you don't have to be a state resident.
Well, I'm getting ready to take. Yeah, I guess I could
And
have. done that.
Florida covers, I
Yeah.
think, 34 states.
I think it's 34 states, but it's cheaper
Yeah.
and it's like every 5 years or something like that.
Well, they offer
And
Utah
no matter
class
where you're
here
at.
because Delaware, because I'm butted right up against Delaware and PA. The PA concealed carry is about $25, and you just got to go pick up your card. You do it all online. There's no classes involved. And then Delaware doesn't recognize Maryland laws, but they recognize Utah laws. So they offer Utah classes, which covers like I think 35 different states and
Yeah.
Delaware. So that's my next class I'm gonna take is the Utah class. But right now I just have the Maryland and the Pennsylvania one. But that's another, I think, $125 and another $60 to submit the fingerprints.
So we had open carry. We have open carry here, and now they got constitutional carry. And the veterans now, if you have it on you have a real ID with a veteran on it. It says veteran on it. You can conceal carry, right? So they're letting the veterans do it. So I had never got a concealed carry with anybody because I didn't want to spend the money. And what I did is, since we had open carry, I just put it outside the waistband, and when I'm going somewhere, I just put the shirt right on the other side so you could see it.
Right.
So I'd go anywhere where it's just open carry. Nobody ever tell you
I
anything.
wish they would have just
I
went
hate-
to open constitutional carry here because they kind of half did it because now you can conceal without any permits or anything.
Conceal is a
have
pain
to
in the
have-
ass.
Yeah, you don't have to have the concealed or anything, but you can only open carry if you're camping, fishing, or hunting. I think they should have just went all the way with it, but yeah, eventually they probably will. But
Yeah, they've got it. They've got it here where when they passed the laws it was about 10 years ago, they came out with added, because the people were getting harassed. Well, if you were open carry, they would stop you. Why are you carrying a gun and all of this? So they passed a law here under extreme scrutiny. And if I'm open carry, they can't ask me about it.
Yeah, unless they got
Unless I'm
articulatable
doing something.
suspicion, you commit.
I got to
you're
have
doing something
probable
wrong.
cause. If I go in there and I pull it out, say I'm showing it to somebody out in the middle of open, then they can get me for brandishing, But it's like if I'm carrying it, unless I'm on a school property, I can't do it on school property.
Right.
Can't even have it in my car. And that's a big debate because they're saying if you're eligible for concealed carry, you should be able to carry it in your automobile. Because if I'm going to New Orleans and I got to stop at the school, I can't have it in my car.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I go to pick my kids up, I don't take it off.
so
Yeah, I
Well, I
accidentally
think-
had it on me one day.
actually, didn't they just sign that thing, Corey, up in Canada now? I think if you own it, if you already own a handgun, you can keep it, but you can't pass them down anymore. So once you die, that handgun has
Yeah.
to go get turned in.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
can't
they did that
pass
in
it
Canada.
down. Yeah, you can't pass it down to like your kids or your grandkids. Once you die, that's like the end of that eligibility for that particular gun. And I think it's for just pistols, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember Hodges was telling us about it a long time ago. It was about a year or
stupid.
so ago. And you can't buy any new pistols either. So you have to, it's like whatever ones are out there, they're just sitting around waiting for these people to die off, and then they can take them, and then you'll never be able to get them again. Pretty much. It's just like a waiting game.
Are you
If
guys
I
allowed to carry
remember
not
correctly.
in England at all? Mark or David?
What's that?
Are you guys allowed to own and carry firearms in England?
No.
Oh,
Carry-
hell no.
That's
Carry
why we
one.
won the war.
They can't even carry pocket
Yeah,
knives, I
I
think,
was gonna
unless
say
they're
that.
under 3 inches, right? You guys
Well, I would
can
kick
carry
your ass
pocket
out.
knives, but they have to be like under 3 inches, right?
You have to understand, right? When it comes to knife crime, we have a problem. But when it comes to gun crime, you have a problem, right?
No,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have
it's-
So
we have
yeah.
a mental illness problem.
Yes, that's what
Leads
we
to a
have,
gun problem.
right? The gang culture, everything else. No one ever deals with the real problem. It's not the knives, or it is, but it's not the knives, it's not the guns, it's the people that use them.
Yep.
Deal with them, deal with their issues, deal with the drunks, the druggies, deal with the lords or whatever they want to call them, right? Deal with the gangs, and then you'll see crime fall.
Yeah, because in the United States, they want to talk about taking your guns and all this stuff, but if you look at the statistics, it's like 90% of all gun crimes are committed with illegal or stolen firearms. It's not legal gun owners out there committing all
Well,
these
and
crimes.
60
Exactly.
and 65% of all gun-related incidents, whether it's what I'm going to say self-deletion, which you guys can get the idea there.
Yeah.
Somebody accidentally shooting themselves in the leg, unloading a firearm. All those are counted as gun incidences in
Yeah,
a whole.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And 65% of those are self-deletions. Out of the
Well, you know that's always like if you've ever seen American Dad.
Yeah, but
Like
my
what Stan, it's like what Stan says. You know, guns don't kill people. People with guns kill people.
yeah. Well, like I said, if I was in the US, I would be very wary about people with guns. Having a gun in your own home, right? Being able to defend your own home, yes, right. Carrying it in the street, so no, you've got no need for it out there.
Yeah, but I look at it as we're
Wait.
like Mandalorians. It's a religion here.
You
Wait,
can't.
wait.
But that's
When you say you have no need
Random
for it,
for you.
what? No need for it out there. What do you mean? Outside of your house or what?
why do you need a gun in the street?
Y'all
Because
don't have
other
any
people
crime.
have guns.
Well, we have crime over here. It doesn't mean we should be carrying guns and knives and all
Let me
that.
ask you a question. Do the criminals carry guns?
Yes,
There you go.
but the point is,
That's right.
if it was against the law to carry a gun in the street, you're going to be able to catch the criminals because they're only going to be the ones that have the guns out there.
But we've got criminals down here that's against the law that they have them and they still carry them and they can't catch them.
Then you get better
So
police
it's like,
officers.
so it's better to have that gun than the hope that he misses. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Better to have it, not
like-
need it. Not
yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
well, like I said, we do have gun crime over here. Criminals do have guns, unfortunately, but the general public, me, Laura, Mark, we don't have guns. We can have air rifles if we want, but that's about it. You can't take them out anywhere you want. You've got to be sealed and say you go to gun club.
Can you have shotguns or hunting rifles?
Certain ones.
Mark would know that because Mark was part of a gun club. He should know.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's
gun
more your
hunting.
air rifles. You can't go around with a semi-automatic or, a Magnum fucking play the game Sam gun type of gun.
Hold on, is it legal to hunt in the UK?
I think if you're
some
part of
sort
a
of
gun
hunting.
club, I think it is, isn't
No,
it? I thought it was
Some
under the
sort of
gun club.
hunting. Some sort of hunting is, but all animals are protected under the Wildlife Act. Yeah. So if you're hunting for food, you pretty much, yeah. As long as you're not hunting with dogs, yeah. As long as the animal's not allowed to suffer, then yes, you can hunt. But if
Well, and
you
it probably
you-
depends.
but
I
if
mean,
you
if it's
shoot
like,
but if you shoot an animal and you don't kill it, then you could get done for animal cruelty.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's probably, I'm sure, rich British families where that's been a
Oh, there are.
staple that probably still do it every year and get
Yeah.
away with it.
Like fox hunting.
Yeah,
Stuff like
fox.
that.
Yeah, fox hunting is frowned upon, but they still, you see, hunting with dogs. Yeah, they now claim is banned, but you still have the gang, the groups on Boxing Day going out on the horses with the packs of dogs, and they claim they're chasing a scented rag. And oh yes, and the dogs are just conveniently veered off and into that woods and eating a fox. Yeah, it's
Where you at? Look,
it's very frowned upon, and I'm glad because I hate the fact that one poor fox could be ripped apart by 100 dogs. And it's not just it's not just the foxes, it's what they deal with the animals. If an animal gets injured, well, the fox hunting, they don't just go, oh, I'll take it to the vets. They don't. They get the gun out and shoot it. Done. Poor bloody thing. It's only got a stub foot.
Jim said, unless in Canada, unless a criminal breaks in your place with a gun, you cannot shoot him. Oh, bullshit, not here. Bro, you can be in my front yard threatening me. I'll lay your ass out. You don't even have to be in my house.
See, now Maryland is not a stand your ground. The only time you can stand your ground is if somebody's breaking into your house and tries to harm you, you can shoot them. But if, say, you're outside of your house and you see somebody coming up like the street with a gun, they would rather you run out the backyard than defend.
Oh, no, they'll tell
but
you.
If you're inside, it's different.
If I'm running out the back, I'm shooting. I'm running.
Like there's been people here. There was a kid here a few years ago. Remember that whole TikTok craze where they were kicking the people's doors to that song?
Yeah.
They did it, and somebody thought they were breaking into their house, and they fucking shot through the door and killed the kid.
Yeah.
And it was completely illegal because the guy inside thought they were trying to break in because the kid turned around and was beating on this dude's door with his foot. I mean, beating the shit out of his door. And it was just a TikTok challenge, and the kid ended up getting killed over it.
Yeah, but
and
see, I kind of disagree with that because if somebody's beating on your door, doesn't necessarily mean your life is in danger. I mean, you should at least wait.
But it wasn't beaten like with his hand. This kid was kicking the shit out of his door.
Yeah, but
but that still doesn't mean your life is in immediate danger.
But you're here, you're allowed to do that.
Right.
Yeah, no, but look at this way, Justin, right? Your next door neighbor's being attacked. They run round to your door to get help, right? They kick your door. They're like, "Hey!" And you shoot through the door and kill them, right? All you've done is help the attacker next door.
Well, I mean, see, it's different though. Somebody's banging on your door yelling for help. That's one thing. You're going to hear that. But this kid wasn't saying anything. He was just kicking the shit out of the dude's door.
Yeah, but what happens if he's kicking the door because he's tied up? Yeah.
And the thing is you can't.
Is to kick the door. He can't shout because he would alert the attention of anyone that's kidnapped or whatever. Right?
The thing is the kid knew what state he was in, and that was stupid of him to do that to begin with. Like you have to understand the area you live in as well, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying is, I'm not actually criticizing your laws or anything like that. I'm just pointing out.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it could always be an accident that somebody.
Look at Oscar Pistorius, how he tried to get away with shooting his partner on the toilet in the bathroom, right? And yet he claimed he thought she was a burglar.
Yeah. No, I understand your argument there. Yeah, you could.
Burglar often comes in and takes a shit in your toilet, don't they?
Like I said, I understand your argument there, but at the same time, it's like you have to understand what environment you're living in. Like in Florida, you don't want to road rage. I promise you that. You do not want to road rage on somebody.
No.
Because you will have a high potential that you're going to run up on somebody's car and they're going to lay your ass out in the middle of the road. Like that's just, you got to understand that, and you've got to adapt to that, and you've got to learn to control yourself.
The question is, right? How the fuck are there so many Americans still left? If you're just going to lay someone out just because they raced up on you or kick your door.
No, what I'm saying is there's been people that...
Because the good ones are still here.
Well, because the people that run up on people's cars with baseball bats and start hitting their car because they road raged on them, that person in the car in our state has every right to pull their gun out and fire it through the window and lay them out.
Exactly. But that's the point. Yeah, if someone's coming and hitting your car with a baseball bat or
Yeah, it's a
punching
deadly
at you,
weapon.
then you have it's a weapon. Then you have a chance to think. But the point is, right? If you all didn't have guns, right, and all weren't allowed to carry baseball bats and whatever, it wouldn't happen. Well, it would happen, but not as
They'd still
often.
be beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like they would find other weapons. So it's like your problem with knives in the UK. If we ban guns
Okay,
tomorrow
so we're going to
and
ban.
they took
we'll
them all,
ban
people would
knives,
just
we ban
find other
baseball-
weapons.
Right. So we ban knives, we ban baseball bats and guns, and what's next? They run up and tickle you with a feather.
No, but I'm saying is people, if you remove one weapon, people are just going to find another weapon. Now,
Well,
whether
they
that
can-
if they
weapon's more
ban 'em,
deadly or not,
that's not going to
the-
stop nothing because most of them are obtained legally anyway. So the people that have them that are committing the crimes are banned from having them anyway. So if they banned them, it really wouldn't change anything, in my opinion.
What I will say is, what happens in America stays in America. What happens over here is completely
But
different.
but as much
We're a
as you
different
hear
culture.
about, and you got to remember too, like most shootings, especially like the mass shootings, they're always in gun-free zones. Every one of them. You just look at the history of a lot of mass shootings. That's why schools are easy targets because they know that 99% of the people in that building don't have a weapon.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
have maybe
the
one
case.
officer in that whole school that's armed.
I'd rather the school be unarmed and people there learning and thinking, because what happens if you get that one kid, right? The teacher tells him to shut up so the teacher can explain something. He gets his gun out and blows the teacher away.
Right, and this is why you won't see a criminal walk into there are some stupid ones that will walk into a police station with a gun and then 20 officers come out of every door and they end up getting killed because that was just stupid.
That's self-deletion by cop.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying is like, but you don't see too many criminals trying to run up into a gun store where there's 5 people behind the counter that all have pistols on their side. They're going to pick the easy targets of areas they know that aren't, particularly armed. And like
Somewhere
I
it's gonna
said, most of them
cause
are.
the most damage.
And if you really take the whole of mass shootings with the entire gun, like I said, if you look at all the gun, what you would call, I don't want to say gun violence, but all the gun incidents in the country, it's actually a very small percentage of the total. Like I said, 65% of that total is actually people just self-deleting themselves because that's just a problem with.
So all this is self-deleting words. That must be a word we can't say.
Yeah, YouTube's been getting a little iffy about it, so I use the term self-deletion.
Okay.
But yes, the like 65%, like I said, and all gun incidences are all bound into one grouping. Whether you accidentally shoot yourself or your neighbor accidentally fires a bullet through the wall and it hits you, or if you shoot an intruder, a cop shooting, those all get lumped into the same large group for gun violence every year.
That's
and
why
then you
when
have
you're
inner city
inside,
gangs, all that stuff.
you keep hollow points in it.
Yeah.
But when
worry
you
about
start
going through a
breaking
wall.
down each individual category separately, you start to see the actual numbers.
Justin, you might need your gun. I think Laura's upset. Because she messaged me, she put, can finally play. And I went, oh, did you get your V-Bucks? She's not responding.
Yeah, Randy, I got Laura good earlier. So she's off with some family right now, and all she has is like her phone or tablet, whatever she took with her. And I messaged her. Me and David were offline. David's like, "Oh, message her and tell her you get free V-Bucks if you log in." So I messaged her and I said, "Hey, all the PC players are getting a free 1,000 V-Bucks if you log in and by 10 a.m. my time." And it was like 9
David
o'clock.
logged me in.
Yeah, she called David on the phone. She's like, "Hurry up and update the game and log in for me." Why David was on the live stream. Then we all started laughing, and she realized what was going on. She was like, "I fucking hate you." And then she sent me a message, called me a prick.
That was when she was that was a little while ago. That was earlier. That wasn't the one when she was out walking her dog, was it?
No, that was at the beginning of the stream, the very beginning of the
Yeah.
stream. Literally
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
first 5 minutes of the stream.
Yeah. All right, so Justin, I'm asking Michael about the poker chips, and I sent him two files that Jeremy had sent me, and I asked him if he could send me a sample just so I could see what it would look like with my logo and the QR code, and then he said that he needed the logo in a SVG file for him. And so I sent him two pictures of the ones that Jeremy had sent me. One with the one that the sticker that you have with my gray shirt, and then I sent him one with me wearing a yellow shirt and a QR code on the sleeve of the shirt. And then he said the logo has to be simple and only one color. So neither the first one or the second one would work. And then he said that needs to be
Well,
more.
then get with whoever designs your logo and stuff. Have them design it in one color and in that file format, and have them send it to you, and then forward that to Mike. Ask them if they can readjust it for you. Just tell them to put it in one color because you need it for a 3D print, and then make sure you give them the right file format. Have them put it in that file format, and then send it to you. Okay.
I gotta figure out what color I want though, because I do like the way the second one looks with the purple and the yellow with the QR code on the sleeve of the shirt.
Right, but he doesn't need a picture of like the I don't know what he can do just from a picture of you taking a picture of a shirt. I don't know if he can use that, but like I said, if you can get an actual copy of both of those off of a computer in the right file format and get them in one color like he asked, then you can forward those to him. But you need to get up with whoever did your logo for you.
All right, I gotta think of some colors then. I mean, because I like the gray and the purple, but I don't know.
I'll just pick a color. I mean, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just.
I mean, this is the one that I tried to send to him. This one right here.
I mean, you don't even have to do your logo. You could just do Giggles FPV and text, on one side and the QR code on the other side.
Yeah.
Just do text on one side. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be your logo unless you want to go that route. But like I said, you get up with whoever did your original design, tell them what Mike's specifications are, and then see if they'll do it for you. And then all you have to do is forward those files to Mike.
All right. Yeah, because he was showing me what his looked like, because his is just like purple, green, and black.
But like I said, make sure that when you're ready to go, you got the money and all that, because like I said, remember, Mike's running a business, so
yeah,
he's trying to make money off of it. So
yeah, he said he would charge around $1 per chip. So
right, because it takes a long time. He does them in batches of 20, so is what he said he prints them in. So
is he making poker chips like?
Yeah, he's making poker chips. He's doing 4 different color poker chips, like the different layers of them. He showed them on my live stream, and they were really nice looking, like really good. He's using the bamboos so he can do the multicolor layers on them.
He said it needs to be more of an outline of a logo, like on his chip.
Mike's chips look like they were made in a factory. Like they're really nice. They look like casino chips.
Yeah,
that's good.
So it just has his logo on it, no wording or anything.
The penalty spot. Television going from the left hand side.
So I guess the example would be like something like this.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah, you just, I'm not really versed in making shit like that. I know how to change file formats, but so
Pretty
you're gonna have to either get up with the original person that did it for you, or you're gonna have to find somebody that's willing to do it for you.
What's your logo, TJ?
It's just like a picture of me holding the
That's
Avada
the
drone.
one. Remember the stickers he sent out to everybody? I said he looked like Bob Ross.
Send it me on Facebook, and I'll have a look later after football.
See if I can find the.
There's a few.
I haven't.
There's a few websites that can do it as well. So
I had his other sticker. I don't know what I did with it. What I do with TJ's other sticker? I put one on my toolbox, but
Is this? Oh, is that what the gimbal cover did to it cracked like the outside?
Looks like the Air 3S. Well, I just said, oh shit. I was thinking I had team pictures there I forgot about.
I'm gonna take a picture of this sticker just so David knows what it kind of looks like. I can't find the other one. I was going to show it on camera, but I don't know what I did with it. I moved everything around in my room. Some stuff got misplaced.
So you lost some stuff.
It's somewhere around here. I just gotta find it.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a blood pressure cuff that's like in a box this big. I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. Yeah, I just freaked out. I'm
David,
sitting here and I'm thinking, damn.
David, I just sent you both of the
okay, I'll have a look at them later. It doesn't look like football's going to be going on for long anyway. I might be kicking the shit out of my computer in a minute.
Oh shit, that fucked up that Gemmel housing.
Yeah.
You see where it cut into the plastic?
Yeah, what's up, Marshall?
Did you guys see that picture?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one
so-
that Jonathan just sent out.
Yeah, it cut into that fucking gimbal housing plastic.
That's pretty wild.
That's a lot of pressure to cut into that plastic like that.
What happened?
Here, I'll show you the picture. Hold on a sec. Let me pull it up real quick.
On the gimbal of the Air, it looked like the Air 3 or something.
Is that his Air 3?
No, I think it's just some a picture of somebody else's. I guess it was on too tight and noticed a couple of chips on the.
But look how it
plastic.
dug into the plastic, though. You know how much pressure that had to have been to cut into the plastic like that?
Yeah,
The
You see
gimbal
that?
did that?
the cover.
Apparently, yeah.
The gimbal cover?
Yeah.
How did it? Hold on, never
Because
liked how the
the-
gimbal trigger
When it
goes.
snapped in, it probably was so tight it popped it.
He's not doing it right. You gotta squeeze it, pinch it, and then put it in, and it just let go of it. And it falls right into place.
That's what I told her last night. Squeeze it and pinch it.
Yeah, but those gimbal covers, I've always seen people have really, some people don't have any problems with them, and then some people, it's just like, yeah, they can be a pain in the ass for certain people.
I
Mine
don't
just,
see how-
I just set mine in.
You just
Watch
squeeze
Randy.
it, and it pops right out.
Watch
Yeah.
Randy recreate that picture.
Put the
in a
top.
second.
Look at the. See how the bottom? It's got the two. They're like two bars. It's not even
Rem-
like
Remove
Just
that
squeeze
fucking
it.
sticker.
pop it in.
What sticker? What's he got
What
on
The
there?
sticker?
one he's got on his gimbal cover.
That one.
Yeah.
uh,
I didn't even notice that was there. Might as well just leave it now. But yeah,
and-
squeeze it and
oh.
it comes off. Put the top on, squeeze it. and
Yeah, that
pop
guy
it back
probably
on.
wasn't even doing it right.
It tells you what to do on the sticker.
I know in the minis they were always a little bit of a pain in the ass. Not too
Yeah.
bad, but it was just because the camera would move when you were trying to put the gimbal cover on.
Yeah, some of them
You'd
are
have to-
harder than others.
It wasn't like hard, but you always had to get the camera to sit still enough to get it on, and then it would just flip
Yeah,
right
yeah.
in.
I
'Cause
always
the
piece of foam that it comes with back in before I put the gimbal cover on to hold.
I took that out
oh yeah, that's a good.
because I kept forgetting about it, and it get to flying, and it said gimbal error, because the foam was in there stopping it from moving. But with that on there, the gimbal really can't move. It just stops the camera from tilting because the gimbal can't move, but the camera can tilt.
Well, see, like the Mini on the Mini 1 and Mini 2, those cameras would move so easily. And you'd go to put the cover on and you'd have to get it to line up. Once you got it lined up, then you could pop it right in. But sometimes the camera would decide to turn sideways on you a little bit, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You have to
And-
pop it back off, move it straight.
The Air 2, it had that little camera, and it had to actually go into like two little pieces of plastic inside the gimbal. So, like you
Yeah,
said, if
yeah.
it would turn a little bit, it was a pain in the ass to get it lined up to go in.
Yeah, the
I mean,
mini,
once you did it enough times, it was pretty easy. But the first 10 times you did it, it was always kind of a pain.
Yeah, the Mini 3 Pro was a bitch when you first got it because
Yeah.
every time you try to move it, that camera moved, that gimbal moved. And now it's like,
Yeah, and you would think, honestly, you would think they would design them where those gimbals would lock when the drone's off, instead of just freely moving. They should just lock into place.
I got
well,
a
that
diff-
happens with the Mavic 3 does, locks.
Yeah,
got-
that's the way they should have done them.
for my Mini 3,
Right.
which is
What's
similar
up,
to
Jonathan?
the ones with the Mini
Morning,
4.
morning, everybody.
Jonathan,
Jonathan,
Props.
Jonathan.
Props, you got the Air 3, man. Look at the notches on the gimbal thing.
yeah, they don't even match up to the.
There's
little
no way in
points that
hell these little pieces right here did that damage.
were- No,
If you look at it, it looks like something cut into it.
Right.
that-
Plus,
that's not from the plastic.
These pieces are long. These pieces are long. Those
look, he
little
got the
pieces
sticker
are
too.
long.
Yeah.
There's
mean,
no way in hell they made them notches out of them. And if you look at the plastic on the drone, it's being forced out.
And look at
Okay.
that.
They don't
that
even
looks
line
like
up.
it looks like
Right.
something cut into it. That looks like a
Yeah.
cut, like from a razor
He
blade. Or
lying
something.
his ass off, man.
Or he hit something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Dude
Well,
is
and the
lying.
thing is those gimbal covers, it don't take much to break the clips on them if you're not careful.
Right.
It's
The
not
gimbal
that
cover
big
is
of
going
a
to break
hassle.
look,
before
if
that.
anything, the plastic on the gimbal itself would have broke.
Right.
Not
On the
the
gimbal
plastic
cover.
on the drone.
But see, this one looks like a big chunk's missing. But if you look at that little one, it looks like a razor blade almost type cut into it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That gimbal cover didn't do that. Dude on Facebook lying his ass off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that looks like some kind of cut or something like it.
Yeah,
It
that's
looks
dope.
like you're trying to bring it back to Best Buy.
Look, he didn't have to do Joe. You know, he didn't even have to do that if he was taking it back to Best Buy.
It's
See, I
tough.
thought when you sent the picture, I thought you meant that he had the gimbal cover on and he turned it on and like the camera pushed into it. And I was
No,
like, oh, that's
dude literally says, that's why I put it where y'all can see his name and all that. You can check it yourself. Dude literally said that taking his gimbal cover off did that. These two notches.
no, those things are really thin
Did that, yeah.
plastic. That would have broke.
Yeah, the gimbal cover
Right.
would have broke before that
Right, the
plastic.
cover itself would have broke.
Because I broke two Mini 2 gimbal covers just by barely pushing on it too hard, and it broke the little tab. I went through 3 gimbal covers for my damn Mini 2 because there was a couple of times I pushed on it too hard and it broke the little plastic tab off. Didn't do shit to the drone. It just broke the tab off there and it wouldn't stay on anymore.
Yeah, dude straight flex.
Mark, it's going to be a long afternoon. Their goal The player punched it off the goalkeeper, tripped the goalkeeper up, then handballed it into the back of the net. The referee booked our player for it, gave the goal, and now the whole fucking crowd are baying for the referee's head. So they've had to bring in the police and everything. We're 12 minutes in.
Oh dear.
This is one referee that's definitely from Blackpool.
That's a FA Cup match, isn't it?
No, it's a league.
Is it league?
Yeah. Put it this way. When they announced the referee this morning, I do all the stats for him, you know, past history. I just put his name and went, no write-up needed. Left it at that. It looks like I was right. He might be the first referee to sub himself at half-time. Or before half-time, because I can't see him getting out of the ground.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
That's Justin and his 20% parents tax.
That's all I'm gonna say. Hold on, what number is that? 9760. So Randy, ABC's in trouble now too. They posted on the bottom of a stream yesterday, they had election results. It said election results. And it had Pennsylvania, we call it for Kamala, and it had 303 million something votes to 2 million something votes. It was all punched in like the election was over.
What?
And they're questioning it. They're saying somebody ran that and put numbers in there. Why would they just put numbers in there? What is this all about?
Yeah.
So the Trump campaign is having a fit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like it was pre-planned, set up to go, and it accidentally went in. You know?
Right. They're gonna be all over Pennsylvania.
It's gonna be. They said they got like 200 attorneys at booths.
Yeah.
They had every voting place ready to file injunctions on stuff.
Yep.
Because they passed a law that I think it's in Georgia and in Pennsylvania now, all the absentee votes have to be counted by 7 p.m.
Right.
Or they don't count.
Yeah. That's a good
It's been upheld too.
Right. Isn't he suing CBS for like $10 billion?
Yeah. For changing transcript.
Yeah. That's
$10 billion.
Because when they released somebody, it must have been like an intern, somebody released the original interview, the portion of the interview where she answered that question about Israel. And then the one they came out with was totally different.
It was different.
So they edited, inserted a different part of the, different line that she said into that answer.
Yeah.
Which is directly, it's an election interference.
It's getting nasty.
Yeah, because the Dems, man, no offense to anybody that supports Democrats, but they're batshit crazy, especially when they're losing. Like
I'm going either today, tomorrow, or Monday to Academy, and I'm buying 200 hollow points.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Because if and when Trump wins, man, there are going to be some mad
There'll
people.
be some mad people. I have like I said, I'm going to get 200 hollow points.
Because look at it this way. If they're calling Trump Hitler and saying all his supporters are Nazis, so what are you going to do when Hitler wins?
Yeah.
So, like, if you really think he's Hitler, what are you going to do when he wins? And it's insane. The man's already been had an assassination attempt against him twice, and they're still going to sit there and spew them lies.
But he's not a Nazi or anything like that.
No, of course not. And they were saying that the Hitler held a rally at Madison Square Garden. Okay, well,
No, he
Madison
didn't.
Square
It was-
Garden currently wasn't
Randy.
built until the 1960s, so it wasn't even the same building. In '93,
Okay.
Clinton held his DNC, the convention at Madison Square Garden. It's
Let's
just
just slow it down a minute. It's on both sides. Both sides are slinging mud. They're both talking shit. Yeah, doesn't matter whether
yeah,
Trump.
but they're not calling Harris Hitler,
Kamala.
saying
No.
it's the end of
Doesn't
democracy
matter.
as we know
Doesn't
it.
matter. Whoever wins, right? There's going to be upset people, and no one's going to accept the result, right? Let's just be honest here. All politics is shit, and it's best just leaving it where it is.
Maybe in England.
No, because all that's going to
Yeah.
happen, all you're going to find is eventually YouTube will snap and they'll start taking videos down that they don't agree with, or one person don't agree with, and
Only if the Dems get to him.
just leave it. Just leave it as.
Because it was proven in 2020 that they were paying Facebook to block any Republican Republican talk or anything like that. Anything they could do to benefit the Dems. Facebook, they were paying Facebook to do it. It was proven fact.
If that's the case, why did I only ever see Republicans shit in the 2020 election? It's same in this election. All I'm getting on my Facebook is Republican ads. I'm not seeing nothing for Harris, nothing. It's all Trump, 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 Trump.
See, my wife is different. All she's getting is Democrat ads.
Yeah.
Which I don't get any. I don't get Republican or Democrat ads.
I'll tell you how Facebook works. They look at what side you are, what your political spectrum is, and they will force everything from the other side. That's it. That's how it's an algorithm. It's got nothing Facebook are doing deliberately. It's their algorithm goes, right, we're going to try.
They're not now, but they were.
But did you see Mark Zuckerberg's recent interview, though?
Nope.
He's refusing to endorse anybody, and he actually called Trump badass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, dude.
He's
He's
position in the past 4 years.
He seemed to and Jeff Bezos, the Washington Post wanted to put out his whole editorial team on the Washington Post had this whole story ready to go to endorse Harris, and Jeff Bezos stepped in and said, "I'm not putting that in my paper. Don't put that in the paper." And
Yeah,
they all flipped the hell out.
It's because the Washington Post has been putting all kinds of bullshit out there about Trump is bad, supporting the Democrats, but now when it comes to endorse him, he don't want to endorse nobody, because if he endorses Harris and Trump wins, it's not going to look good for the paper. And then if he endorses Trump, it's going to go against everything they've been putting out. So he's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So he just said,
In other words,
I'm not
he's
endorsing
edging his
anybody.
bets. But that's why I say everybody should be up online. What your political opinion is in your own mind, what you feel. You know what? Yeah, because your voice is not going to change anyone else. All you're doing is polarizing other people. There'll be people that will watch this and they'll be like, they'll hear what you're saying, and whether you're right or wrong, and this is how I've seen the American politics, people will go, "No, I am staunch against that," Boof, and they just close shop. Right, and already now you've got that person going, "I ain't gonna vote Trump." Boom. Yeah, and you'll have the same on the other side. Yeah, just I don't know. Just let it be what will be. Let the politicians fight it out, because there's no point us all arguing over it, upsetting each other and whatever. Because we aren't going to change anything.
Did Paul get the Air 3S?
No.
He got
the Neo.
He got the Neo.
Yeah, he got the Neo.
How many
Yeah,
Neos?
got 4 of them.
So how many is that he's bought so far?
4.
He
sold
sold two.
David Easy, and he's still got 2.
There you go, Randy. Watch that clip in the chat.
There you go, big boy.
It's like 40 seconds long.
What's happening right now?
You don't want to know, TJ.
I don't want to know.
Like a whole bunch of people are coming up into Paul's house. Looks like he's taking his TV somewhere.
No.
All of a sudden, you see him start clearing out everything.
Yeah.
TJ, There are events
Why
going
is the TV off?
No. There are events going on today. Paul's busy. He'll be back and forth.
I see him in the reflection of the TV.
Yeah, why is it off though?
Yeah.
I think that's him. No, that's not him.
Right. No.
I saw a lady come in.
Yes.
What in the fuck is that thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
what the-
his tenant's coming back from hospital today, isn't he?
Oh,
Ah.
EMS.
Oh.
Striker.
Oh.
The kids upstairs are going back to their mums today.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that
Justin,
doesn't-
I think he's Zuckerberg sliding a little bit to the right this year.
Yeah, I think so too. It kind of seemed like he has that mentality right now.
Yeah, anybody that says that wasn't badass, I mean, you really. What's going on with Paul?
That wasn't
it
Paul.
was-
That
it
was
was-
his tenant.
It was his tenant.
He's
Were
doing
they bringing him back from the hospital?
no.
Yeah.
TJ, listen. The girls upstairs, Dallas, and that.
Yeah.
They're going back to their mums today because his tenant is passing away.
Right.
They've got enough. They've got a lot of issues. Yeah, and it's all being sorted today. So just be careful what you say because
His
you know,
tenant is
it's
coming
a
home
very
from
emotional
hospital.
time.
Well, unless he came home yesterday, but he is coming home because there's nothing they can do for him now.
No.
Yeah, he looked kind
Yeah,
of bad.
it's like in-home hospice kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Can you guys hear my TV?
No.
Good.
No.
You might hear it go kaboom in a minute. I rip it off the
That's
wall.
it's the nothing with Paul Lance. It's his tenant.
Double Lance.
Go back like 40 seconds in the stream and you'll hear what we're talking about. Well,
Paul's-
actually, you should be watching it now.
Yeah, Paul's fine. It's just an emotional day for him. So all of you, please keep an eye out for Paul.
Cool, stop.
Oh, God's sake. I'll be back.
I wonder why they were bringing him through
I'm
the
gonna get off here and go on about my day, but I'll see y'all later.
ladder.
All right,
Later,
TJ.
TJ.
I wonder if they're putting him in one of the rooms in Paul's house because I know they have their
Yeah,
own
he's-
entrance outside.
Paul said he's going to let his tenant sleep in his main bedroom downstairs because he can't get down the stairs properly.
Right. Well, yeah, and if it's a narrow staircase, trying to get a damn gurney up there is gonna be a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, that's I've been
Yeah.
there. Sucks. I had to go down a staircase. It was a winding staircase with a woman one time, and that sucker weighed about 300 pounds. It was
Well,
two of
these
us.
newer gurneys aren't light either because they're all motorized and everything now. Like they
get
just
the-
go
the
up to the,
strikers.
yeah, they just go right up to the back of the ambulance now, and it just hooks on and then lifts the whole gurney up. Like they don't have to hand lift them anymore. But they're heavy as shit, though. They're very heavy duty.
Yeah, because the worst thing you want to do is when you're hooking it on, you're getting ready to pick it up, and that sucker drops. Because if you're not paying attention, you're gonna drop the patient. If you're paying attention, you're gonna hurt your back. So either way, you lose. Because you better be ready when you hook it up there and you hit that button and those legs give up. You better be holding on.
Okay, where's Paul at? No, it's
Paul's dealing with setting the room up, I think.
okay.
But like I said, be emotional for Paul because Dallas is going.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I got some things I
Hey,
gotta do.
Randy.
See you later.
Hi,
Hi.
That was that.
Say bye,
I
honey.
thought that was Laura. I'm glad I looked. And I was going to say something.
No,
Hey,
it can't.
you guys.
It wasn't Laura. It didn't start with shut up.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Later, Andy.
Later.
There is definitely something in the air today. I'm trying to do the football thing, and everybody's just talking about racism and I mean, apparently nipping down the left wing now is a racist term. It's like, oh, for God's sake. By the way, Justin, Laura can get on the game now.
No, she messaged me a minute ago, like just again a little while ago, and said, you're not funny. That's not cool."
You know what you do? Message her back, say, peck it in. Peck it in.
Yeah, depends how you look at it. We thought it was funny.
Try to get some V-Bucks here in the next couple days. I didn't make this round of payroll, so I have to wait till the 15th because they put my paperwork in the day they paid everybody, so it wasn't quick.
Wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, if I would have been a day earlier, I would have gotten paid for those 3 days of training.
So if it wasn't for the Spanish talking lady or the driver of the first bus not contacting you, you'd have been okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would have had my stuff done 3-4 days earlier than that. Because after I did the 3 days of training, I had to wait another day for them to get all my stuff lined up to come in and do the paperwork. So
Timer for
1 hour.
if I would have had it finished Tuesday or Wednesday, I'd have been good, but I didn't get it done till Thursday, and that's when they paid everybody. So
Yeah, well, I'll be getting Laura some V-Bucks on Thursday.
that's all right. It's just an extra 3 days on a 2-week pay, so on top of 2 weeks of pay. So
That always works.
Okay.
or 4 days of pay. Sorry, I had 4 days of training class. So yeah.
All them V-Bucks I bought Laura last week, she spent the fucking lot.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it seems like you got a lot of V-Bucks, but they can go fast. Like 13,000 sounds like a lot, but you could spend that in a matter of minutes if you're just buying a bunch of shit.
Just one item. Just one item and it's like done.
Oh yeah, because your standard fucking bundle, like for a character, could be 2,800 V-Bucks. Over 2,000. Be anywhere between 2 to 3,500, depending on what it is. And then a car, for a non-licensed car, you're talking about 1,500. For a licensed car, you're talking 2,800 and up. For a single character without a bundle, you're talking 1,500 minimum. Yeah, that shit can go quick. I'm just gonna get 1,000 just so I can get the battle pass. I'm not worried about buying anything else.
Are you not paying that monthly fee?
No, I don't pay that. I did it for a couple of months and then I canceled it.
Yeah, Laura's still got it. I'm not sure whether it's a good deal or not because she doesn't explain it.
No, it is because you get the 1,000 V-Bucks every month. You get a free skin every month, and you get And that alone, you pay what, $11, $12 for the subscription. So the 1,000 V-bucks alone would run you £7-8.
Yeah, 7-8. Yeah, 7.
And then if you bought the skin by itself, you're talking about another 1,500 V-bucks, and that's another 10 pound or 7-8 pounds right there. So you're looking at 18 to 20 pounds just right there you're spending. So yeah, it is a better deal in a sense. Plus you get the battle pass free whenever they come out with the new battle pass, which is another 950 V-bucks. So that's another 8 pounds right there. So I mean, overall, yeah, it is a better deal. Because if you break down what everything would cost you individually, it's almost like 2 to 3 times.
I can't remember if it's 10 quid you paid or 15.
Well, over here, I think it's $11.99 a month.
It'll be 10 quid then.
So you're probably looking at $10.99 maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a tenner. It's the one thing.
Over in Australia, I think it's like 15 something a month.
Over in Australia, it's like 50,000.
Because Matt was talking about that one day. I think Matt and Tim both said it's around $15. Well, like I said, it's a good bundle only because, like I said, if you break down what everything would cost you, it's twice, 2 to 3 times as much if you bought it individually. So it's kind of like the DJI bundles, right? If you went out and bought all the batteries and everything all separate instead of just buying the Flymore kit, you're going to pay twice as much.
Well, football can just fuck off today.
And honestly, you get 1,500 V-bucks through the battle pass already that you earn as you're playing. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to have to go out and buy new skins and stuff all the time, if you're smart with it, you can save 950 of that V-bucks and just sit on them. And then when the next battle pass comes out, you can pay for it, earn another 1,500, save 950 again, buy it, and you can just keep building up V-bucks over time. Granted, it'll take you a long time to build up enough to buy stuff because you're going to only have 550 left over after you buy a battle pass each time. So it would take you a good probably six battle passes to really build up enough to really purchase a couple things, But yeah, but they know the thing is Epic knows that 90% of people are going to end up spending that 1,500 V-bucks, and then they'll be back to buy a battle pass again, because most people can't sit on it like that. Most people get to a car will pop in there or a character that they really want, and they're like, ooh, and they purchase it, and then there's their 1,500 gone right there.
Yeah.
And Epic knows people are going to do that, so that's why they don't mind putting 1,500 in there for you. They get people on impulsive buying, right? It's all about impulsive buying. Most people, 9 out of 10 people, are going to impulse buy just because they have it.
Yeah, and the thing is, at any time they could just go, game's out, gone, take the game out, and you're left with jack shit.
And that's true with any game, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah. The game ever becomes to the point where it's not popular anymore, it's not making any money, and Epic gets rid of it. Yeah, all that money you spent over the years, yeah, everything's just wiped out and gone for good. Yeah, I mean, that's always a thing.
Just send you a little sticker of each character that you bought.
And sometimes Epic runs into licensing issues where they had a license to have a certain person as a character or a car or something like that.
Yeah.
and they get into some kind of dispute with the company, and Epic pulls it, but they end up refunding you what you spent on it. They'll refund your V-Bucks to you, but that happens sometimes too, where randomly all of a sudden you'll come into your account and a character will be gone because of some issue they had, and they had to get rid of it, and then they end up refunding you the money you spent on it. So, but they at least do that much. I mean, I give them that because it's better than just taking a character you paid for and not giving you something in return. Like at least they give you your V-Bucks back.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they just have screw ups with their updates and stuff. Like they lost the M&M skin for 2 weeks because they did an update and they didn't know what happened, and somehow one of the skins got screwed up and they was taken off my account. And then about a week and a half later, all of a sudden it reappeared because they had fixed the issue and figured out what was wrong. But somehow it got deleted by accident with one of the updates they did. But if they wouldn't have fixed it, they would have ended up giving me my V-Bucks back for it.
No.
Or actually, I think it would have went to Tim because Tim gifted me that skin, so it probably would have went back to Tim.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about gifting, how that works. Like if you gift somebody something and then they take it away, I don't know if you get it back or the person that's on the account gets it back. I'm not sure how that works. You know, and that was one of the things PlayStation got a bunch of shit for about a year ago when they got rid of like 400 or 500 games. I want to say it was about 600 because they didn't want to pay the licensing fees on them anymore.
Screw.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, and all the money people spent on those games, yeah, they just lost everything. I don't see Fortnite going anywhere for a long time, though. I mean, the game's making more and more money every year.
Yeah.
And you're seeing all these companies are spending big money to advertise on there. So
EA was the first ones to do it when they bought out Playfish, which was a Facebook flash game, and that was really, really popular. And within weeks of them buying it out, they started stripping the game out of all sorts of shit. People were getting pissed, and then suddenly they just, instead of dealing with a complaint, she just cut the game off and closed it down.
yeah, the only way I ever see Epic going anywhere as far as Fortnite's concerned is if just a mass amount of people stop playing it. But then at that point, I guess the majority of people wouldn't give a shit because they just quit playing anyway. So
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Although I think they are slowly killing Fortnite. Not Fortnite, Fall Guys. That game is slowly dying.
that might be the case too, because maybe it's just not making
Well, it was,
enough money.
but they started making the levels harder and harder and harder, and then people just got fed up with it, and then they stopped. They took the cheat engine away from it, so people were cheating, and then it's just not as popular as Fortnite is. And they may be thinking, get rid of Fall Guys, move the servers over to Fortnite, and make Fortnite, Fall Guys a part of Fortnite. Well, they have, haven't they? It's in Fortnite, isn't it?
I'll stop calling you fatty.
Justin, a fun World War II game on it in Epic. You mean you found a fun World War II game in Epic?
Who's that?
That would have been a creator-made map then, because that's not one that's done by Epic. Actually, most of the games on Epic, if you look, there's only about, I think, like 8 or 9 games that are actually designed and managed by Epic themselves. All the rest of them are all just ones people made themselves
Yeah.
with the Epic creator engine. One guy actually made a map and made the Fortnite look really realistic. Like it looks like Modern Warfare type realistic. But it was kind of janky. Like it wasn't really refined that well. But yeah, it's if they worked on it more, it would be really cool because like the trees and shit look real. Doesn't look cartoonish.
I've got a score line for you. You ready? Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 0.
An Uber simulator that was called Crazy Taxi. Jody, that was already a game. That was on the Nintendo
the Arsenal
Cube. Nintendo Cube had a game called Crazy Taxi back in the day. I think it was the Nintendo Cube.
Newcastle beat Arsenal 1-0. And
Yeah.
Brighton are beating Liverpool 1-0.
Yeah, it's all weird.
Well, the Preston match has got to half time.
Fucking well hasn't.
As it says 45 minutes, 1-0 for Bristol City.
Yeah, but it's still playing.
Yeah, well, it's nearly half time.
We'll put it this way. I won't want to be that referee walking down that tunnel.
Blackpool are beating Gillingham 1-0.
6 minutes. Holy shit. This referee clearly wants everyone to go and get their burgers before he goes down the tunnel.
Yeah.
I want to jump off. I wanted to wait till Paul got back, but I don't know if he's coming back or what's going on.
Well, he will be back, but he didn't make anyone else the host, did he?
Probably not.
No, but
let
if
me
we
check.
left, you could just shut his camera off and just leave it up on his thing
Yeah, he's the
until he
host.
comes back. Because I think you can still shut his camera off if you're co-host.
Yeah, I can stop his video.
I was saying if everybody ends up wanting to leave, you can just turn his video off before you leave.
Yeah. You all right with leaving, Joe, or you staying?
I will probably get off because I got to work on these pictures. I don't even feel like it.
I'm gonna jump off too.
Yeah, I'll get on later.
Right. Catch you later.
Later, Jonathan.
Later, guys.
David.
Hey, Joe.
Justin.
Yeah. Mark, are you and Jonathan staying around for a bit?
Where Paul go?
I'm
He's-
not bothered, whichever.
Yeah. Paul's very busy at the moment.
You want to fly ship?
No, he's dealing with his tenants.
Okay. What y'all doing? We shutting down? What y'all doing?
I'm just going to shut his camera off and, then it's not being whatever's going on is not being broadcast over the internet. And then Paul blends it. Yeah, I can do it. All I do is.
Okay, well.
Oh.
There
There you go.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. And then he'll
All right,
come.
later, guys.
Yeah. Catch you
Okay,
all.
Jonathan. See you, David.
Yeah, catch you later.
Almost thing on.
Okay, guys, in the chat, Paul's slightly busy. We're all gonna just close it off, leave Paul on, and we'll catch you all later on this evening. Paul will probably come back and close it down shortly. But have a good one.